Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother***ing ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is Detachable Spinal Cord, Dan Ryan.
I stay with the head, detached from everything else, obviously.
That's right. It's just you pull on the head hard enough, the spinal cord just comes right out. That is the way anatomy works. It's Friday the 13th, but for us this time, haha, last week it was for you. And we're continuing our spooky season celebration with part 2 of our 2-part Mortal Kombat character ranking. Things are going to get a lot more interesting this week as we delve into the genuine classic characters that make Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat. Will Scorpion beat Sub-Zero? Is Kung Lao's hat cooler than Raiden's? Don't fall into the pit because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now.
That was a good one. I like that.
Thank
Don't
you.
fall into the pit. That was good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're getting
Hi,
all right
everyone.
at
This is episode... It's episode 485. I should hope so. It's the week of October 20th, 2023. How you doing, bud? How you doing?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's been a fucking week. It's been, So, I haven't,
You licensed to drive? Definitely got a couple of folks mentioned that story was just completely bananas.
I still can't fucking believe it happened. Yeah, I still haven't got my license in the mail either, so that's not great. I still have a paper license, but it's whatever. It's fine. All this is fine. No, it's been a fucking weird week because my father-in-law is here, and I love my father-in-law. He's fucking great. He's awesome, and we hang out, and I don't get to play video games when he's here because we all just watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
But he got here. Tiff and I were expecting him on Thursday, and Tiff sent me a text on Wednesday, noon. She was like, "Dad's here." I said, "No shit." It was a very Eddie kind of moment of what the fuck are you doing here? You're a day early. It was weird. So that kind of threw everything off, and instead of playing video games, we have the Fall of the House of Usher has just come on Netflix, and we've made our way through all of that. We've made our way through a lot of the first season of iZombie.
Oh, what a great show.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
I loved that show.
Who knew?
I did. It was great.
Nobody ever mentioned it.
I don't think I did ever mention it to you.
It's brand new.
I talked about it.
No, I discovered it. It's brand new. It's a new show. It's a Netflix original. Definitely not based on the comic book I read either. It's I don't know.
It's really different from the comic book, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there's definitely the influence is there, and you can definitely but the comic book, if I'm remembering correctly, was Mike Allred, and you can't really do that in live action. He's just weird. It might have been
I remember
and Milligan.
Karen and I watched that when it was airing, and then I remember trying to. Either she tried to read the comic book or I did, and she was like, "This is really different," and I don't know if it's not scratching the same itch, but I really liked the premise of that show, and it was all the characters were great. It concluded really good. It was one of those shows that ran a course and then had an ending, which was great.
That is great. Show. Yeah,
you'll love it when that happens.
The comic was writer Kris Robertson and artist Michael Allred, and there's anyway.
Was the showrunner the same guy who did Veronica Mars?
Maybe. I do not.
Because Veronica Mars was also a fantastic show. Let's see.
That would be Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas, not that Rob Thomas, but yes, Rob Thomas.
Very different Rob. No, he's very talented.
Yes.
He's a very talented guy. Veronica Mars.
If I remember correctly, there is
Party Down.
There is a legitimately hilarious other Rob Thomas cameo in iZombie, I believe.
Oh, really? Fabulous.
Yeah, I think that came full circle, but yeah. Good times.
What's interesting is that interesting is the wrong word, but I'm tired and frustrated by an email I just received. So I'm still kind of internally stewing as we start recording here. But the dogs came along with my father-in-law. He has 2 dogs, and he is adopting a third from us, which is fine. The one pug that we've had here, Ellie, is going back home with Rick when he goes home on Monday, which is great. You know, she'll be great for him and for his other dogs and all of that stuff.
I mean, if there's one thing your house needs more of, it's dogs.
Oh, no, it was definitely to add an additional 2 to the house. My dogs are not happy that his dogs get to just be up all night. And I have not slept through the night since Tuesday because my dogs have just they lose their fucking minds. And what really trips me up about it is that I'll wake up in the middle of the night, you know, like 2-3 in the morning or whatever, when Dozer, our shepherd mix, starts barking. And the problem is that Dozer has an alert bark, right? Which is great when something is going on. But Dozer's default is his alert bark. So when I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I am in a fucking panic because the sound that I hear is somebody is in the house. Like, that's the kind of bark he has. Whereas if the other dogs are barking, it's very much like we're just annoyed and we're communicating. You know what I mean? Whereas Dozer's bark is just very distinctly an alert. And when you are woken up in the middle of the night by a panic sound, it just does not make getting to sleep very easy. So I'm tired. That's what I am. I'm tired, but I've watched a lot of television over the last couple of days, but not the new episode of Loki because Rick's not watching Loki. So we can't watch it.
Why the fuck not?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a good question.
It's only 2 episodes. Get caught up. Let's do it. Well, I guess he didn't watch the last season either, did he?
No, that's a whole season I got to get through, which is fine because, like I said,
pretty lost.
We got a whole season of fucking the Fall of the House of Usher, or the Hall of the Faust of Usher, whatever I was about to say, which was really good and not something you should watch, Chris. I do not think you would enjoy it. It was very violent and very horror forward. But it was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
As long as it's not jump scares, I don't really care.
There's
the jump scares that bother me.
There's a couple jump scares.
It's not that they annoy me more than anything. I hate jump scares.
Did you watch the because like it's the same creative team that did there was like 3 fucking series that they did on Netflix. I'm gonna pull it up right now. It was The House on Bly Hill, maybe?
No.
Hold on. Let me see. Can I just get a fucking Wikipedia?
Something about Bly Manor. I don't know. It sounds familiar.
Yeah,
we didn't watch that.
But yeah, like it was that team, I think, that did it. I'm trying to find out if that's even. Blah blah blah. Where am I? This is fucking thrilling. The Netflix supernatural horror anthology series, The Haunting, which is The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and The Turn of the Screw. And then he also did Midnight Mass.
That last one just sounds silly.
It does. That one I think was actually, I don't think I watched that one. The first two, I didn't like the first 2. Like, I find this guy's stuff to be like, okay. Not like super exciting. I just don't like the actors that are in some of it. Or it's not even all of the actors. It's really just Henry Thomas. Do you know who Henry Thomas is?
I actually don't.
Okay. You have definitely seen him. He was the main kid in E.T.
Elliot?
Yeah. He's then been in a bunch of movies since then. He's in like a bunch of horror shit, which you definitely have not seen. But he's in like all of these fucking Netflix things, and he looks like if you squinted at Joaquin Phoenix and then made a person out of what you were seeing. That's what Henry Thomas would be. And he's like, that's not a nice thing to say, but like, I just don't like looking at him. He's like Joaquin Phoenix adjacent. And it's weird, and I don't care for it. Yeah, it upsets me.
That's how I feel about Sandra Oh. I just don't like looking at her.
Yeah, like, it's weird. He's in Legends of the Fall.
It's nothing personal.
Did you see that?
Sure she's perfectly lovely.
I'm sure he's a lovely person.
No, I have not seen Legends of the Fall.
He's in Legends of the Fall, like, which is a fine movie. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like looking at him. But even with that, Fall of the House of Usher was good. Especially if you like good. Edgar Allan Poe shit. There's a lot of like very cheeky references to stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, we've been we're up on Loki. We have been watching Our Flag Means Death. We're up to date on Our Flag Means Death. God, that show's great.
Nope, not up to date on that either.
Ah, bummer. It's they started with 3 episodes, and then they dropped 2 this week. And the first 3 episodes were wonderful, but they also there was a little cause for concern because they weren't funny at all.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, like it was, they were there. It was like, still oddball. It was still the same show, but
sure,
it never made either of us laugh. And unfortunately, both episodes this week were just fucking hysterical. So it was just, they covered important ground in those first 3 episodes, and I'm glad they've handled everything the way they have. But I was like, I'm starting to get concerned that this show is going to start taking itself too seriously. And then it was just like, nah. This shit's hysterical. Yeah, both episodes have dropped this week.
Nothing to worry about.
Wondrous, joyous, and wonderful. Like where it's going, like where it is, makes me happy. And since we had the time, we finally jumped back into Jack Ryan. We watched the first episode of the final season of Jack Ryan, like when it came out a few months ago. And then other shows just happened, and we're like, well, guess we'll come back to that one. So we were like, do we rewatch the first one? Because I don't remember what happened. And like, I don't care. Like, I really turn my brain off while watching Jack Ryan because like it's just there's a lot of talky stuff and then some like fun espionage stuff. It's like I don't really care about what's going on so much, but it is fun to watch. Karen's really following the plot more than I am. I'm terrible with names, and there's just a lot of names to remember.
Is it called Jack Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
All right, because father-in-law was watching Reacher, which I thought was Jack Ryan.
Oh, no. Yeah, different animal.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Ryan's good stuff. It's, it's not like, I don't know if it's for you. I'm not being like, yeah, you should drop everything and watch that show. It's, it's
right now, run.
It's Tom Clancy stuff. It's fun. It's fine. It's explodey. John Krasinski's, he's a big, good-looking hunk of man. It's a good time. Yeah. It's very fun. Occasionally things blow up in amusing ways. I enjoy it. And we're slowly chipping our way through Harley Quinn 2. We're still a season behind. I think we just started season 3. So we're like 5-ish episodes into season 3, I think. But then Our Flag Means Death came back. So it's like, well, sorry. Right. this half-hour comedy is taking precedence right now. We'll get back. Harley Quinn's going to be just as funny when we get back to it. So yeah, it's been a fun TV week overall. And Loki's been wonderful. I'm super happy with the 2 episodes so far.
That first episode was so fucking clever. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good, and I'm so sad I haven't seen the second episode yet.
I'm kind of sad too, because like I don't want to say anything, but it was still good. It was still great. I really like that show. It's great. I'm loving it. Yeah, that's been TV. I've been doing so I take it you haven't really done much in the way of the world of video games since last week.
I played a little bit of a Hat in Time to continue making my way through that. Like I'm almost towards the end again, and I'm going to start like with the DLC shit that's on there. But I've already played through it, so like I know what I'm doing. I did play a little bit because we talked about it last week and we were talking about it this week. I started playing through the story mode in Mortal Kombat 11 because that was on the PlayStation Plus, and yeah, I'm pretty good with most of our character rankings based on that. I think maybe Cassie Cage should be up maybe a little higher. But yeah, like it's weird playing through there because they got like the fucking what's her name is doing Natara for this one. Megan Fox, right?
Megan Fox. I heard she's terrible in it.
She's doing Natara. In Mortal Kombat 11, the person that they got for Sonya was Ronda Rousey. And she fucking sucks.
Oh, no.
It's so bad.
Oh, I saw her in something. It was one of the Fast and Furious movies. Yeah, Ronda Rousey was in that and was like, yeah, this is not a person who should have tried to transition into acting. This was a bad idea.
She really should not have. She was a terrible pro wrestler. She was a really good fighter.
I forgot she did that.
She was a really good UFC fighter until she got beat, and then she like lost all of her fucking mojo. And then she was a really bad professional wrestler because it's acting. Like a big part of it is acting.
Yeah.
You know? And then she's really bad as the voice of Sonya in Mortal Kombat 11. And it's so obviously Ronda Rousey just not giving a fuck about what she's doing. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sure she gave quite a fuck. I'm sure she was trying her damnedest.
I don't... Man, if she was, then, oh, boy. That is something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, the story mode's really cool. Like, it's really fun to, like, go through the story, and, like, I'm fighting zombie Liu Kang and shit. You know, and like there's just all this weird shit happening, and there's time travel and like whatever. It's fine. It's cool. Well, because I want to finish it because I do want to get Mortal Kombat 1, and like Mortal Kombat 1 is a continuation of this shit.
It sure is, and I've been spoiled on the ending of Mortal Kombat 1 as well.
Oh, have you? That sucks.
I have. I mean. I wasn't going to play it anyway, but
no, sure.
I was really curious. I was kind of curious, like what, because like it's kind of a reboot, but kind of not, which is what I understood about it. And then when I heard what happens at the end, I was like, okay. I don't know. I was watching some videos on it, and I was like, this does look like fun. I just know that there's no way I would be able to play it because they just dropped They dropped a big improvement update on the Switch version.
Yeah.
Which makes it more serviceable. I mean, it cuts down the loading times by like half, which means now they're only partially insane instead of completely insane. Which I didn't realize before, that many of the loading times were like 40 to 50 seconds. It's like, holy shit.
Ooh. That's a long time.
That's a lot.
That's a long
time. That's making PS1 Mortal Kombat Trilogy sound really good right about now.
Yeah,
that fucking thing had load times
rough.
between Shang Tsung transformations
yeah, it did.
mid-battle.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah,
it's the worst.
You just like
shit.
Put the controller down and make a sandwich while he's changing into fucking.
We're in the middle
Shiva.
of a fight. What are you doing? This is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what you want. It's not what you want.
It does look kind of fun. It really does look like a good time. But yeah, I just know I wouldn't get to it because my backlog is too much. But yeah, it was fun. And I gotta say this: if the ending is what it sounds like it was, then that's kind of a big disappointment. Or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it's just the right kind of stupid. I don't know.
I can't imagine. I have no idea. Like, I haven't been spoiled by it at all, and I don't even know what the fucking ending to Mortal Kombat 10 or 11 was. So,
you don't?
Fuck, man. No, I have no idea.
I've actually been kind of following along the storyline very loosely, just because I love Mortal Kombat mythology. I just stopped liking the games.
Sure.
So I've kind of been sort of following along the storyline, kind of just really vaguely getting the broad strokes.
Yeah.
So I already knew how Mortal Kombat 11 ended, and then when they announced Mortal Kombat 1 and the whole premise, I was like, yeah, okay, all right, good times. And then Mortal Kombat 1 ends with what it does, and well, here we are.
Mortal Kombat ends with Ryu from Street Fighter showing up, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, I fucking wish. If that were the case, I would be buying that shit tomorrow. Nah, I will continue to stop. I will continue to not be playing Mortal Kombat games for a while, because every time I get that itch, I just go over to my arcade cabinet and just play Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat 1 or 2.
Kombat
and
1.
Then I do too, man.
I love 2 as well, but I was so obsessed with the Super Nintendo version of 2, and I've never been nearly as good at the arcade version, because for some reason the moves are different, or the fatalities are different anyway. But man, there's just something so special about Mortal Kombat 1.
There really is.
It was before it added a lot of specific mythology, So it just had a lot of mystery surrounding everything, and all the environments were very kung fu movie instead of fantasy, and I really like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just all the monks everywhere. I just really, really like that game's look, the way it sounds. I love the music being all mysterious. It's just such a cool game.
It was very much an homage to the old Shaw Brothers kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Because none of that mythology, and I don't want to hear some fucking George Lucas bullshit of nah, I had this planned out from the beginning. No, you fucking didn't. You fucking didn't. Stop it. Stop lying, you prick. And I don't want to hear that shit about Mortal Kombat either. You made a cool fucking fighting game, and then you were like, oh, fuck, we got to come up with a story, I guess.
They had that story in Mortal Kombat. That it was really cool. That really basic story, and it had such a cool sense of mystery to it, and the fact that it used live action actors, it looked like a kung fu movie. And I know the vast majority of the hardcore Mortal Kombat fans got into it because of the blood, and I got into that's why I didn't really care that the blood was missing in the Super Nintendo version, because I was there because I loved the ninja designs, I loved the special moves, I loved the mythology, I loved the I just loved the entire aesthetic of the game. The blood was awesome, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the selling point for me. I loved the simplicity of it. I think Mortal Kombat 1 is so great.
It is. Well, and it also helped that Scorpion's fatality was the same, right? It was still the flaming skull. And Sub-Zero's fatality. Yeah. Sub-Zero's fatality, while it wasn't ripping off somebody's head with their spinal cord still being attached, the turning them into a solid chunk of ice and then smashing them apart, that's still pretty fucking brutal. That was still pretty cool fatality.
Awesome.
You know?
A lot of the other ones
Liu
were
Kang's whatever.
The other ones were a bit I don't know, questionable. I'm still not entirely sure what they were going for. What exactly was Kano's Super Nintendo fatality? Because it looked exactly like him reaching into your chest to pull your heart out, but there was no heart. It's just
no,
he puts his hand in your chest
and your soul.
Sure,
that's just the way I took it.
Grabbed a big gray blob out of your chest or something.
That's right.
Whatever the fuck
that's your
about.
Soul.
Or Johnny Cage's he kicks you, sort of, and then you die.
Yeah.
It's what are you doing?
Yeah, it was weird.
This is not a great idea. You should not have edited this game the way you did.
You definitely
But, it's in the past. They made up for it with Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo by a lot.
They really fucking did. Man,
God, that is still such an impossibly good port of that game.
It really is.
Like, when you look at that...
It really is.
Like, the Genesis version is solid, don't get me wrong, but it looks like a Genesis port of Mortal Kombat 2. Like, it looks like a Genesis game, it plays like a Genesis game. That Super Nintendo port of Mortal Kombat 2 was otherworldly. It was like, how did you get this close? Especially at the time. Like, you go back and play it now, and it's like, yeah, you can see the seams, you can see the cracks in the pavement a little bit more,
sure.
But, man, back then... Playing the arcade game and then going home and looking at the Super Nintendo one, like, it did not look different enough to be like, holy shit, this is a huge difference.
No, it really didn't. The Genesis version really looks like a port of the Super Nintendo version. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like they were trying to port the arcade game to the Genesis. It was like, well, we made the Super Nintendo one, and now let's dumb it down for the Genesis. Like, that's the way it always felt. To me, anyway.
Yeah, and like that wasn't the way with Mortal Kombat 1. Was just like Mortal Kombat 1 was definitely made for. It was ported well to both of those platforms, minus the ridiculous edits. Like, I never liked the way the Mortal Kombat 1 looked or played or sounded on Genesis. Well, that's not true. The sound on the Genesis game was actually pretty rad, but the gameplay itself, I thought, really didn't work. And because the Genesis displayed so many fewer colors, that was the kind of stuff that I was hypersensitive to. So seeing
it was really muted and weird.
The digitized characters just didn't look as right, It's like when you see it's like looking at Donkey Kong Land for Game Boy. Like, I can tell this is a CG rendered thing, but it's all like,
Yeah.
it's all it's been desaturated too much to fit within the parameters of the amount of colors that this system could showcase, and like that atmosphere was such an important factor to me and why I loved Mortal Kombat to begin with. So when I would play the Genesis version, be like, all right, it's got the blood, it's got all the right fatalities, and it plays okay, but it doesn't feel right. And
no, it just didn't.
But apparently, but it does seem that I was definitely in the vast minority in that segment of the fandom of Mortal Kombat, because everyone loves the Genesis version. It has the blood, man.
Oh.
Whatevs, yo.
Yeah. I mean, if that's your argument of like what makes it that, like what if that's the thing you're looking for, then yeah, like the Genesis version is the one.
Well, I don't even remember how we got there.
I don't know.
All right, let's see. I did 100% complete
because I was playing
Stars.
Mortal Kombat 11. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So are we like spoiler warning? Whoop whoop.
Yeah, I guess let's do a quick spoiler. Another spoiler warning.
Wait, let me try this. Let me see if this works. They added a soundboard to fucking Discord. Hold on. So, spoiler warning. Or wait, would this be better? Spoiler warning. No, that one doesn't fucking work.
I feel confident that none of that's actually coming through in the recording.
Oh man, I really hope it is. Why would it? It definitely wouldn't, but it is making fucking noises. That's good for us. Like what? And what'll be really great? Well, hold on, Chris. Like, because what'll really be great is in the middle of you talking. Like, if this is definitely not coming through in the recording, I can just like click on shit, and like there could be a quack for no reason. I'll stop. All right. So where did we leave off?
Right. Last week
I fucking love soundboards.
I hadn't finished it yet. Right. I had finished the main story, but I was still.
Yeah.
So I was
you were
finished
playing
the main story,
Wheels,
but I hadn't.
is what you were doing.
Right. Yes. God, I love Wheels. I actually had like an urge to go play just boot up the game and play Wheels, but I had to focus on.
I really did not like Wheels at all.
I fucking loved it, man. It was so good.
It's fine.
Loved it. I didn't go. All right, so I did. I went through and I did everything. I went back and I got the good ending. And holy shit, was that worth the effort? It was. I agree with everything that we said last time about the not being able to leave areas being a huge pain in the ass. That's kind of the biggest pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest. But it
really is, right? Like when you're going back to get those fucking conch shells or whatever you're going for, it's like, all right, fuck it, just let me out. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, like getting the conch shells was a bit of a letdown, but then it was also worth it to resurrect Garl. Right? No, I found out about that. I found out about resurrecting Garl. I didn't actually finish it yet, and I still needed to do the last boss, right? Was that it?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah. All right, because I remember talking about that. I was excited that they resurrected Garl, and it was a Chrono Trigger reference.
You were hoping that that's what was going to happen.
Oh, so I didn't talk about that yet.
No,
okay.
No.
I thought I had gotten past that part. That Garl was back because we talked about how cool his ultimate was.
Yeah, we talked about that together privately. Why you got to bring our private lives into the fucking podcast?
When did we talk not on the podcast?
On fucking Facebook or Discord or where, I don't know. We message each other. We talk to each other once a week in person, and then we message each other through like 4 different apps, I think. And, like, the conversation is still the same conversation, just takes place on different platforms.
All right. Well,
I think it was
assuming that
Messenger.
you're right.
Regardless. Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
I was thrilled that I was able to bring Garl back. I absolutely loved that was, like, Beast's purpose. And, yes, that is officially how you pronounce his name. It is Beast. As in, you're saying the letter B and then there was a Q&A on on Twitch the other day that I listened to some of it. It's Brugaves. That's how you say that weird guy's name.
Oh, really?
I always thought it was Brugaves or something. I was like, I have no idea.
That's what I said?
Brugaves. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly could not have given a fuck less about that character. That's the one character I feel that they missed on.
See, I was really sad about him because I could tell that he was like just kind of going along with Erlina because he was so attached to her, but like he didn't want to hurt us. And I was like, this is such a bummer because we looked up to this dude and now all he wants to do is, I understand why he's so disillusioned with the order, but also like,
oh, sure.
I was really interested in him, and I was especially interested in him after I saw the ending. And I didn't even pick up on it. So during the ending, you saw what I think was demon form Erlina floating over to that red devil dude Barmathazel from The Messenger.
Yeah,
that's Brugaves.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that. John did. He was like, "Oh, I wonder if Brugaves turned into him," and I was like, "What? No, maybe? I don't know." And they confirmed that.
That was the way I took it, yeah.
They confirmed that during the Q&A, that Brugaves became him. And then they're like, yeah, if you look at the way he's drawn, like the way his hair sits, it lines up exactly with his horns. And, his sandals look kind of like the hooves. It's like, oh, shit, that's awesome. I thought Brugaves was a really interesting character. I would love to see some sort of conclusion for him, because he wasn't a bad guy. He just got sucked up in some bad decisions, and it seemed so much like he didn't want anything to be going down the way that it was, but he was so resolute in his belief that the fact that the Solstice Warriors had no choice in being Solstice Warriors was wrong. Right. And I really connected with that. Like, I never really connected with Erlina. I thought she was just kind of a bitch from the get-go. And that was ultimately her character, She was just like, no, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And Brugaves was like, his whole thing just came from this point of like, we trained our whole lives for this. We didn't have a choice. And then when it came time to kill this dweller, and like everyone fucking died except this one guy who now is reluctantly the headmaster. Like, he didn't even want that job, and now he's headmaster because he's the only one fucking left. Everyone died for this thing, and none of them had a choice in the matter. It was just, this is the way you were born, so this is what your life is. And I always like really connected with that motivation for him being what he was, and I really wanted some kind of
happy ending,
but
for him.
Not happy ending, but some sort of redemption, some sort of semi-positive closure for him, even after his betrayal. And seeing that he becomes Barmathazel was like super heartbreaking, because like he really did forget every ounce of good he ever was, and he's just a piece of shit now. He's a demon, and he's like awful in The Messenger. And I'm so curious where they're going to go with that, because he's not dead. I don't remember you actually killing him in The Messenger.
I don't
or its
think
DLC. So I'm really interested in that. No, I thought Brigaves was a really interesting character.
I think that was kind of the point, like, where I was getting at with it, though, of like so much of that was left undone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. He was just the one where I was just a little disappointed. You know, like like you said, I wanted that kind of closure to it.
Well, knowing
and
that
maybe
there's
we'll get
DLC,
it.
yeah,
maybe
exactly. Knowing there's DLC coming, I'm not that. I was less concerned about that, or not even just knowing that there's DLC coming, but that there's another game set in this universe coming. Like they're working on the next thing, and it's
Katie was like, so this is in the Messenger universe, right? And I was like, yeah, like we talked about it, and like we went back and looked at a couple things, and she was like, all right, are they going to do another game in this universe? I was like, I mean, I this was before like they definitely said that they were going to, because that was just like a week or so ago, right?
What, the Q&A? That was like yesterday.
Or yesterday. Yeah, okay. I thought it was even before that. But Katie was like, the next game should just be a fucking cooking simulator with Garl. That's it. It should just be like Garl's cooking simulator, or like a farming simulator or whatever, but it should just be Garl, because he's great.
Yeah, sign me the fuck up for that.
You're not wrong. I will play a fucking whatever their Mirage. Is that the name of the studio?
Sabotage.
No, what's the name of the Sabotage. I rhymed. It's close enough. It's Aj Jace. I would play
simulator.
I would play a Sabotage fucking Overcooked.
Yeah,
that takes place somehow in the Messenger world. Yeah,
I'll play anything that these guys do at this point. I didn't realize. Also didn't realize that. I just learned this today, that Rashawn has actually been around for quite some time as the archivist. This character was actually created for the Discord, which I just kind of fell out of. Yeah. So the whole story of Rashawn as the archivist was like, he was this character just called the Archivist, who told the people who made the Messenger the story of the Messenger. It was this character they made up that like was there to tell Sabotage Studios how to make their games, which was a really clever thing. That's kind of neat. He even looks the same. So I mean, I had no idea that history was there, and it's not like it added anything to the game. Not knowing that, it's just kind of part of the Discord. Yeah, it's just kind of a neat little Easter egg there. But all right, so I was thrilled with Garl coming back to life. The way they handled that, being a Chrono Trigger reference of like going in there and freezing time and replacing him with it was just like freezing time with the doll in Chrono Trigger. Yeah, that was so perfect.
It was so fucking perfect, though. It was so well done.
It really was. I was so happy to have him back, and his ultimate move is amazing with the dragon.
With
Wentworth, yes. First in a line of butler dragons. I just love it. I love this mythology so much. It's so good. And the other thing that was kind of annoying was the trivia they had to get through all the last flimsy hammers.
Yeah.
I would not have minded if you didn't have to do both difficulties, or if the other difficulty had different questions. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea what that was about. Like, I get it. The hard mode is you don't get to lose any questions, but
right. But once you know the answers,
it's
good. Pretty easy. I really the reward you get for the flimsy hammers is very cool. It's very cool. I do not think it was.
Fan.
I don't think it was. I think watching the videos or just watching it on YouTube would have been just fine, instead of having to go through all that shit to get to it.
I felt that it was worth it. there was something really, really special about getting those flimsy hammers and then just walking around that corner and seeing that cabinet being like, oh, shit. Because John kept speculating that we were going to meet the messenger. Right. Because he travels through time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, that sounds like a pretty solid plan. Then we saw the cabinet, I was like, oh shit, John, you were right. And then the shopkeeper comes barreling out. The shopkeeper
with that fucking awesome music.
Oh my god, the perfect music. And he's like, he's my favorite character in the Messenger by far. He's like one of my favorite characters in recent video game history. Like, I fucking love the shopkeeper. He's so amazing. But what I didn't realize was that the shopkeeper was intended to be an avatar for the game's creator, and I didn't piece that together until reading that story. Like, the fact that there's secrets upon secrets in that whole situation, like where you go through the cabinet and it's the dev room, and you get to talk to the game devs, similar to that one secret ending in Chrono Trigger, was really, really cool. Fun to dig through. But then when you go back out and you keep pestering the shopkeeper until he says, you want to hear a rant, like, oh fuck, you sign me up.
Yes, I do.
Absolutely, I will listen to anything you have to say. And he goes through all the ranting and stuff, and it's super fun. And then he tells you the story, continuing the last story that he tells you in The Messenger, which is about the boy in the well. He said, do you want to hear more about the boy in the well? I was like, boy in the well? Oh, boy in the well, yeah. Okay, I'd love to hear more about that. Yeah, I do. I remember that story, and I never pieced it together in The Messenger that the boy in the well was him, or that the shopkeeper was effectively an avatar for the game's creator. But like,
right,
that version of the story of the boy in the well, and losing his grandmother, and just that entire story was so fascinatingly personal, and like, that was a really cool reward, in addition to the absolutely hysterical joke of using the flimsy hammers to break 4 walls, because you're the one who broke the 4th wall.
You're the one who broke the 4th wall. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
Chef kiss. So it was a pain in the ass to get there, but I feel like the reward of actually doing that on my own, I felt, especially once I got through that last story that I thought was just incredibly touching and really just awesome, kind of a personal thing to throw into a game like this. And even though it was hidden incredibly deep, was outstanding. It just was a wonderful cherry on top of it. I get what if you aren't as into it as I am, then yeah, sure, looking it up on YouTube, I'm sure is fine. But like, for me, being like as profoundly effective as The Messenger was for me personally, and this game being as well, I was thrilled to get there, and I thought it was 100% worth it. But again, you really have to be invested in The Messenger for that to be worth it. Yeah.
I do think you're 100% right, though. Like, after playing through the 2 games that they've done so far, like, yeah, I'm in. What are you guys making next? Because I'm in.
If it's a racing game, sign me up.
Sure. I dare you to put a racing game in the Messenger world. Make that shit work somehow.
Just set it in the future. You can set it in any time period you want. We've already seen like a Contra-style character show up in the Messenger in the future that, the ninja fucked up with.
Yeah. Did they give any indication in the interview? Because I didn't
finish the interview. I only got about halfway through. But
all right, I was just curious if they gave any indication like what the next game would be.
No, but they did say that they're probably going to announce it during some sort of charity stream that's coming up in a couple of months. Cool. Or at least say something about it. But really, their focus right now is on the next DLC. There could potentially be another DLC after that. Depending on how things go, they have some plans, and they're still figuring out what those plans are and whether or not they're viable or worth the effort. And they're also going to have like this big company retreat, which was something they did before Sea of Stars, where that's where they really solidified what that game was going to be, and so they're going to solidify what the next game is going to be later this year as well. So
What would you want to see them do?
God, I don't know.
Given a choice, like where would you want to see them go next?
God, I really, really don't know what other genre there is. Like, a brawler would be pretty interesting.
I was just going to say, like, a fighting game. That
fighting game could be neat.
Super interesting, with like a ton of lore. Obviously, like you said, the racing game.
Racing game.
I don't know. Like a 3D collectathon platformer could be interesting.
Something
given
3D would definitely be
talent.
Interesting. I don't know what they can actually do in 3D. Like, besides the brief glimpses of what we saw in Sea of Stars, Sea of Stars,
which was awesome.
Their sprite work is so amazing. Like, I am reluctant to see them not use it anymore. Like, I love the way they handled sprite-based graphics, but like I said, these guys have my money for life. So,
yeah.
Messenger's
it's a great
amazing.
Fucking game.
Sorry, Messenger's amazing. Sea of Stars is amazing. What a year this has been for me in video games. This is just bonkers.
Man, I'm so curious as to where you're going to end up at the end of the year. So curious.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, because there is another one. There's another big beefy one about to land on my lap a week from today. Super Mario Wonder is coming, and
you went and played the demo, right?
I did. Yes,
I did too.
Mario, oh, really?
Yeah, I was actually. We had to go to Target the other because Pop got here a day early, and I didn't have sheets or a pillow for him. So Katie and I had to run to Target to pick up some sheets because he's sleeping in her room, which she's not very happy about. Which it's kind of fun watching them. Which is weird to say that it's kind of fun, but it's kind of fun watching the kids go through the all right, the relatives are coming, you got to give up your room for a couple days, you got to go bunk with your sister, and you're like, oh, this fucking sucks, brother. So fucking morose about it. It's funny. Because we all went through it when we were kids, of the in-laws are coming, you got to go sleep in your sister's room. I don't want to fucking go sleep. He's going to wet the bed, you prick. Kevin, you fucking Kevin McAllister, son of a bitch. So we were there, and Katie was like, "Oh, do they have the demo for Super Mario Wonder?" I was like, "I don't know. Let's go find out." Right? We went and we played through it, and we played some 2-player, and I was genuinely, honestly, truly surprised, because when I got done with it, I was like, "Man, that is not fucking for me at all." I was shocking. Completely and totally shocking. I was like, yep, that's not for me. I can see why people are going to love this fucking game. I do not.
New Mario game, not for Mario fan. News at 11.
Yeah, shocking. The elephant was fun.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by how alive everything felt. And not surprised, but more just delighted. Because of the things that I had heard about the way characters react to what's happening in the game, which is wild to think is such a new thing for Mario.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time. We had this discussion last week about how long it's been since there's been a real new 2D Mario game that wasn't just an offshoot like the new Super Mario Brothers sequels. It's been since, I think, Yoshi's Island, since there's been this level of creativity involved. And when I was jumping on a Goomba and before I landed on it, the Goomba looked up and screamed, I was like, this is next level shit for a Mario game. These are minor
that was
details
pretty wild.
That are all a Koopa Troopa sees you and reacts to it. In every game prior, at least every 2D game prior, the enemies just they do their thing, and in this one they just made
they're
everything
just kind of mindless drones going back and forth in their pre-described
they have their patterns, and they walk. Koopa Troopas march forward, but in this one they look at you and they react to what you do. If you're If you're an elephant, they get scared when they're running at you. Like, those little details I thought were so cool. We didn't play much. It was me and Ellie, and Ellie was enthralled with it. She thought it was great, and the two of us were able to play together way better than we ever were in, like, New Super Mario Brothers, because we can occupy the same space. It's not designed to be antagonistic. It's just like, just play and have fun. And
this is just a family, like, they really kind of changed the mindset around it.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. It is nice, because I like the idea of it being adversarial, but also I felt like that kind of thing worked incredibly well in Four Swords, but it always kind of bothered me in Mario. Because, like, in Four Swords, it's adversarial, but you ultimately have to work together. And New Super Mario Brothers was never that. It was like, you can piss each other off, or you can ignore everyone and try your best to finish the stage. And once you finish the stage, that's it. It's over. But in
either
Zelda,
way is fine.
Zelda was just like, okay, you guys can piss each other off, but eventually you're going to need to work together to get through this, because you physically can't progress unless all 4 players do this thing. And that's why I think it worked so much better there. And as goofy as that can be in New Super Mario Brothers, it, like, ultimately just wound up getting obnoxious when 4 people are actually just trying to play the game and not trying to piss each other off. So I was really happy about that.
I'm just trying to get through this, god damn it.
Yeah, like, we're all trying to work. When we played as a family, we were all trying to work to beat the levels together, not trying to, like, steal things or pick each other up and throw them into pits. Because, like, that, we weren't a bunch of same-aged friends hanging out. We were just trying to work together and have a good time. And so I'm pretty excited about the way that looks. I think the game looks great. I think it sounds great. Again, my time with it was very limited on purpose. I didn't want to go back and replay the demo a bunch of times to try to find stuff. I just wanted to get a quick feel for it, and I was very impressed with it. And if it hits the way if it hits the way Mario World hit me, or if it hits the way Yoshi's Island hit me, then I've got another Game of the Year contender. Or if it just hits like New Super Mario Brothers did, then I'll just be very happy and move on with my life. But, like, there's some potential here. 2D Mario means a whole lot to me, so there's some real potential for this to really mess me up on the inside. So we'll see. We'll see where we are in a couple of weeks, because I'm definitely going to put my time into it.
Man, I hope it's great, and I hope everybody that, like, is really excited for it gets what they are looking for out of that game. Because from my short amount of time with it, it does seem like they are trying to give people what they want.
It seems to me, and from everything that I've read about the game's development, which isn't much, but it does seem to me that the whole purpose of this was that they just let the team do whatever they wanted to. Like, there were no mandates or anything like that. Just, you know what? Go for it. Just go. And we've got we've got more personality in the characters than we've ever seen. We've got all the new voices, and which is weird. the amount of attention that has gotten this week. I thought it was interesting them trying to sleuth out the internet, trying to sleuth out who the voices were based on the credits, or the data mining that had happened in the demo or something like that. But I also was like, there were people making video essays about how the fact that Daisy's voice actor is not the same, and that is a tragedy of Hamlet proportions.
God forbid. Hold my fucking pearls, Chris, because I don't know if I can.
That voice was what made that character mean so much to so many. And I just have to... Look, I understand getting attached to things that are ridiculous, okay? I understand getting attached. I really do. But hi, I'm Daisy.
Fuck on.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I understand that there was some personality behind that voice, but it's not like this character has ever had a conversation in a video game before. There's been, hi, brief statements at most. And, like, yes, she exudes some sort of personality, but, like, there's not everything that you've gotten out of that you've created. That's not in the character. You have interpolated what this character is. So the fact that a different person is doing the voice that sounds very similar, they're attempting to do the same characteristics, I don't really understand why this is such a problem. Like, I'm still seeing people say things like that Charles Martinet was cast aside in favor of this new guy. Like, you don't know what happened. And what do you mean cast aside? This dude had regular voice work through Nintendo for decades. Like,
what makes it really difficult, especially if you're like looking at a lot of the discourse on Twitter, right, is that so much of it is fucking bots. Like, so much of it is, like, and I'm not even saying that as an old man who's like, it's just all fucking bots now, blah, blah, blah. It is, though. Like, but it is. And it's almost impossible at this point, specifically on that platform more than others, to discern what is actually real and what isn't. And that
Twitter's
is
a mess.
Fucking troubling.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Because are there people legitimately this upset, or are there just a bunch of bots running wild with everything? Because that's the fucking thing. Like, I know the question that then naturally follows is, why would bots give a shit about this? But that's the whole point of them, is that they artificially inflate all of it. All of it. Like, the entire comment system within X or Twitter or whatever the fuck we call it now is completely fabricated by bullshit. And that's fucking weird. That's a weird thing to then try to parse through. Like, okay, obviously the people who are making the video essays on YouTube need to go touch some fucking grass.
The same thing with Peach's face. I don't know if you caught that discourse at all as well.
Like, all of that shit is just fucking crazy to me. You know, like, and I don't fucking have a dog in the fight. You know, like, I don't fucking care one way or another. I just find the backlash just questionable is, I think, a good way to put it.
Well, I do think that there is a portion of this that is... There are a lot of folks on social media, and I guess in the world, but they're loudest on social media, that are constantly eager to find a villain. And there's nothing in this world more exciting than being able to prove to people that something they love was actually bad all along. And there's just no greater thrill in this world than being able to point to something that most people consider good, and then you're like, see, I'm smarter than you because I can see that it's bad. And you feel bad for not being as smart as me? That you didn't realize that this was bad the whole time? I always knew, right? I'm right. I'm smart.
I always knew.
I always knew.
I knew the whole time.
They're evil, and they just want your money. They're pure evil, and you should feel bad for liking them and play PlayStation games. Because that's where it always leads to. It always leads to this, like, my thing's better than yours.
Play one of the other systems. Yeah.
Exactly. It always leads to
be a PC gamer. Be a whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Play pickleball.
You should only play weird fucking play pickleball.
It always leads back to my thing is better than yours. I dealt with I don't want to go into all the details, but as social media manager for Stone Age Gamer, I dealt with some interesting conversations this week about a product that we posted about, and there is a strong opinioned personality on the internet that has what can only be described as disciples who
Oh, okay.
Listen to everything this man says, and this man.
Oh, you narrowed it down.
This
less than 50% of the population now. Now it's getting easier to figure it out, Kris.
It's one of those I hate drama, but I constantly stir up drama kind of personalities. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Love that.
And this person takes things that businesses do very personally and is not afraid to half-cocked go out and say, anyone who deals with this should be ashamed, and you should never do business with anyone who does business with these people. And at some point, this person said something about a previous product that this company made that actually turned out to be complete and total bullshit. And so a new version of a product that this person...
they obviously retracted their comment.
Obviously never did that.
For sure.
But so I posted about this new product that we were carrying, and there was this weird focused rash of people that were just looking for any opportunity to make it seem like, one, the product was pointless, and two, that we were bad for trying to sucker people into buying it. And
obviously, you bastard.
So
I'm angry.
It was really,
I'm on their
really
side,
easy. Clearly, obviously, you always are. It was really easy to rebut all of the claims about it. We did take some of the feedback into consideration. There were things about our listing that could have been more clear. And we did wind up addressing those and responding, saying that we did address them. And then they would just move on to the next point that they think that they had made, being like, look, Stone Age Gamers, the bad guys. We found it. We figured them out. They're villains. They're bad guys. Fuck them. See that? Now I'm going to wave my flag and be like, look how cool I am. I found out that this good company that people like actually is shit. And is there any greater thrill in the world than being able to point to a new villain in the retro gaming scene? Because, boy, there is a large swath of the retro gaming community that really fucking loves to find villains to get behind. Just be like, man, this company's trash. Don't ever buy anything they ever do again. And like, boy, there's a lot.
To be fair, Kris, they do sponsor us.
Well,
so maybe they're not great at the end of the day.
That just proves they have a sense of humor.
Maybe Ryan is a shitbag. Fucking is just a bad guy. Because they willingly give us a platform to spread our fucking nonsense.
It's true. It is true.
Have you ever considered that aspect? Now, it's fucking weird. Like, I've never understood the desire to shit all over the thing that you purport to love. The retro gaming community is really good at it. Star Wars fans are really good at it.
Star Wars fans are just top notch.
And the internet wrestling community is really good. Like, those, I would argue, are probably the top three of people who shit on the thing that they love. It's very odd to me.
It is quite odd.
I don't quite understand it.
That was more of my week than I wanted it to be. Like because at a certain point, like, we could just take the listing down, but that it's getting so much engagement it getting so much engagement is putting it through the Facebook algorithm, because it was also very specifically on Facebook. Nobody cared on the Twitter. They were like, hey, great, thumbs up, this is awesome, cool, I'll buy one of those. Posted just fine on Twitter, but over on Facebook, it was just this volatile mess. But because it was getting so much engagement, it was reaching more people. So I was like, well, as long as I can keep responding to these things, then there's no need to silence. Like, I don't want to ban these people, because banning them makes them feel like they won. And like,
right,
you didn't win. Like, you didn't read the words that were on your computer screen, and then you made a bunch of assumptions and decided that we were evil, and you found your gotcha moment, but you didn't. And I just stayed mostly calm and rational. I didn't get very snarky with my responses, but boy, it just took up more time this week than I wanted it to. And it seemed like a really it just seemed like a really volatile week on the internet. Like, we talked about the Eon XBHD before, right?
Yeah.
We thought we personally thought the price was pretty crazy. And so that launched, and the price is in fact pretty steep for what that product is. And it has a relatively major issue that is being blown so far out of proportion. Like, I used one to make a video.
Shocking.
Yeah. I used one to make a quick video on a product overview like I do for my job. And I plugged it into one of my functioning Xboxes, my one functioning Xbox, half functioning Xbox. I turned it on and it displayed an HD signal and it looked fine to me. I played Blinks the Time Sweeper and I think SVC Chaos and it looked fine.
Except it called you a racial slur. And is that really the kind of product we want to support here at the StoneAgeGamer.com?
It's not what I asked for, to be perfectly honest.
It is. That's why Ryan's a bad guy.
But what I didn't know about it was because I didn't do side-by-side comparisons, is that it actually displays darker than it's supposed to.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And, like, if you look at it side by side, it's like, wow, yeah, that is actually pretty dark. I probably would, if it bothered me, I probably would have adjusted my screen and been mildly annoyed by it. And it actually turns out that there was a simple thing, like a switch inside of the thing was just programmed backwards, which is why it's displaying dark. And if this were a $40 or $50 adapter, I'd be like, well, that sucks, move on. But since it's like it's a lot more money than that. It's like, well,
I think it was $7,000. I believe is what they were charging.
I can understand being like, well, yeah, you probably should have. If you were going to charge this much for this adapter, you probably should have looked into that a little bit further. So I understand that degree of it, but like there was a lot of very open hostility towards anyone that was saying anything other than this company's terrible and should burn in hell. Like, it was, unless you were completely denouncing this adapter and the company that that's tied to in the most sincere and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, egregious fashion, then you were part of the problem and should burn in hell. And like, obviously, between this, the other thing that I posted, all of the crazy overreactions to the voice cast and the slight changes to Princess Peach's face on the cover art for her new game. Like,
very slight, by the way. She's not like a black girl now.
It's
you
like,
know what I mean? Like, that would have been a change.
She looks,
you know what I mean? Like, that would have legitimately been something that people still shouldn't have been fucking pissed about because she's a made-up character. But also, and it wouldn't fundamentally change anything about her character, but like that might be a change where you'd be like, okay, this is a thing.
I've come to understand that people were mostly pissed because now she looks a little bit like her movie counterpart, which apparently people hated. And it's
can't
like,
have that, Chris.
Nintendo just made $1 bajillion on this movie. So they're changing the box art to look a little bit more like the movie? Like, yeah.
Marvel Comics made Nick Fury fucking black in the comics. Shut up. God damn it. Just shut up. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. And like, I guess
considering... she's not...
I don't know if there's any correlation, but considering the, I don't know, state of the world right now, maybe there's just like a need to get upset about something that isn't that serious, and this is just helping the world cope, but at the same time, like...
Why? Because there is something serious to be upset about. That, like, there's actual shit happening that you could fucking maybe direct your anger towards.
But that's difficult. That's challenging. Being angry
really
at this stuff is easy.
It's really not. You just have to have, like, read a book.
Well, that's the thing. If you're not educated on, like, I'm not going to make any kind of statement on what's happening in the world other than I don't like it. But I'm not educated enough. I'm not educated enough on what's happening to choose a side or any. I don't want to say anything about it because I'm not educated enough on the topic. And what do I bring to it? Right? No, I have nothing to do with it. I don't bring anything to it. It's just not my place. So I just throw my hands up. But that being educated enough to be involved in that conversation either means admitting off the bat that you're not educated on it and are looking for people to help educate you, which is definitely not something most people are interested in doing, especially here in the United States of America.
No. Oh, God, no.
Admit that you don't know everything? Fuck no. Or
fuck that shit. I saw a 30-second clip.
Yeah, that was probably not even real. I don't know. It takes effort to be. It takes effort to be a part of that conversation in any sort of meaningful way, and it takes no effort to be like, "This shit's evil." Haha. I'm smarter than you. Like, that takes no effort. So I don't know if there's any correlation. It's interesting timing.
There might
Everything
be.
is tense.
Yeah.
Twitter is a goddamn dumpster fire, and I just love how Senor Musk keeps coming out and being like, "No, there's fewer bots now than it's safer for real information than ever before, and everyone has to love me."
Nope.
Laugh at my jokes.
Definitely isn't.
Yeah, it really isn't. Blue Sky's pretty nice though. I've been having fun over there.
Spoutable's cool. Blue Sky's cool. I really do honestly. Apart from our Discord, and I'm not even very active in that. Like, to be fair, I really fucking hate social media. Like, I really honestly do. I go on Facebook once a year. And the reason that I go on Facebook once a year is because I know a lot of people will have said happy birthday on my Facebook wall. And I want to say thank you and, like, love their, like, heart their posts. That's, like, the one time that I go on Facebook is because I know people like that reciprocal kind of thing. I go on Twitter because I don't know, because I'm a fucking idiot. TikTok's all right. TikTok's fun. Instagram is fine. I guess. I don't know. I fucking hate it. I hate it. It's fucking stupid. It's just dumb. It's a bunch of dumb dummies saying dumb shit.
My Facebook page is so curated at this point that, like, I go on it like once, maybe twice a day, and it's almost always completely pleasant. That's just like,
fine. That's
here's
nice.
Here's some cool Ninja Turtles artwork. I'm part of a video game vinyl group that's just like, check out this weird bootleg shit I found today. And it's like, somebody made the Kirby's Dream Course soundtrack on vinyl just because they fucking could. Or like,
why not?
I scroll through Facebook and I occasionally see stuff, but also most of the time it's just pleasant.
I'm gonna have to yell at our friends at Ship to Shore because, well, the Guacamelee 1 and 2 soundtracks were expected to ship in September, and
guess what's not September anymore?
I don't have either of them, so I don't know if they're waiting, because the Guacamelee 1 soundtrack on the website says, like, shipping now, and the Guacamelee 2 soundtrack still says that it's a pre-order. So I don't know if they're waiting, like, if you ordered both, I guess they're waiting to ship them both out to save themselves, like, shipping cost, I guess. Which I suppose I'm fine with, but, like, let me know. I've sent 2 emails to them, to the specific email that said, "Thank you for your order. If you have any questions, please respond to this email," which I have done. And, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to get him back on the podcast and we'll yell at him.
Yeah. You give them what for.
I will. Damn it, because my voice counts because Daddy Musk said so.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's try not to have another 3-hour podcast.
I want a 4-hour podcast tonight, Chris. Strap in.
few other things I wanted to mention. I finished the Making of Karateka, which is wonderful.
That's awesome.
And I saw on Blue Sky, I wrote about just that I finished it, and I can't wait to write my review, and it was just everything I hoped it would be. I wrote that out on Blue Sky, and then Digital Eclipse was like, we're getting ready to say stuff about Gold Series number 2 soon. And I was like, yes, I'm so curious what's going to be next. Because the thing about Making of Karateka is that Jordan Mechner took an unusual amount of care in saving everything. Like, this dude has everything from when he made Karateka, which I found out, I think I had said a couple of weeks ago about, like, he pronounces it Karateka.
Right,
and then,
which is wrong.
Well, that's the thing.
Objectively, it's wrong.
He explained why he pronounced it the way that he pronounced it. There's a little bit towards the end of it where he's just like, how do you say the name of this game? And he was like, all right, here's where the word came from. Here's why I say it the way I say it. Here's why it should sound like this. And here's why it should sound like this. So guess what? However you say it is right. It's like, oh.
Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I will now continue to say Karateka. Karateka. Now I keep mixing it up in my head because now he said everything's right, so I just say it differently every time. Yeah, Karateka. I like, because it's, I base it off the word karate. Karateka.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
He said, I think, I wish I could remember the details. I think it was in Japanese, there's no emphasis. And then in like a different language, there would be there should be an emphasis on the te, which is why he says karateka, because that was his original intent. But like, he also realized that his original intent was just complete bullshit. So it's like, whatever you want, just go nuts. However you say it is fine by me.
I call it vaginica. That's what I like. I think vaginica is a good way to.
Then you're right, sir. You're right.
That's right. The Making of Vaginica.
So it was a really fun experience. I wish there were more
awesome.
interviews with other people. There was like the same 4 or 5 people that were the only people they interviewed. So like when it came towards the end and there were interviews like, all right, let's talk about how this game influenced us. So it's like, well, I've already seen like these 3 dudes, what the game meant to them. I was really hoping to see more than that. But there was a whole thing where they went through even the porting process, which I thought was really cool. Like, the specific ports, there are all these notes on what Jordan thought of the ports that other people made. So, like, they had to, like, correspond with him while he was working on other things. And it was like, they had notes for all that shit, which was awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really quite a thing. I don't like Karateka all that much. Like the game itself, I have a huge appreciation for it now for like what it did. But like going through and playing the game, I just didn't like very much. However, what they did was Mika or however you say his name, he was the one who did that really cool version of Yar's Revenge and Atari 50 and stuff like that. He made the Karateka remastered in this, where they basically took what Karateka was supposed to be and removed all of the jank that came with the technology. And then
there's quite a bit of jank.
That was really my problem with it, is that even the best ports of it still felt really like just kind of slow and janky, because it was made on Apple II. It was so much more ambitious than that platform could do, and the way they skirted around that with all these different effects and the things they were able to add were really impressive. But what this remastered version does is it makes the animations smoother than they ever could have been on the Apple II, adds like more background elements, but it makes the game feel like it seems like it was supposed to. Like when I'm trying to play the game and I'm pressing a button and I'm waiting for him to like slowly throw a kick, it makes the game really feel like it just took the core of it and removed all of the technical limitations. So it still looks like the Apple II game, but like the Apple II game enhanced. It's really wild.
Right.
It was genuinely fun to play.
The Apple II game, but playable.
Exactly. Honestly, I hated the Commodore one the most. I thought the Commodore one was the slowest, but it doesn't matter. Making Karateka is really cool. I did actually start Hat in Time. I have put some time into it. I guess I'll save my thoughts on it until we do the episode.
It's fucking weird. It's a weird game. It takes a little bit to click.
Yeah, it hasn't clicked for me yet.
How far into it have you gotten?
I beat
it's not a spoiler for
not
anything.
very far. I beat the mafia guy who was throwing tires at me or something. Like I'm not very far at all.
So you haven't finished that first world yet?
No, I don't think so.
Because what's really interesting, you would know if you're still dealing with mafia shit, then you're still in the first world. Because what I think is really interesting about A Hat in Time, and where it really starts to like click and become something worth talking about, I think, is that each of the sections of the game they're very, very different from each other. Kind of in the way, right, that some of the old 3D like collectathon platformers were, but to like another level. Because when you get to without spoiling anything, like one of the next areas that you'll get to is Dead Bird Studios. And what you're doing in there and the story that goes along with that part of it, while a lot of the basic mechanics are similar, it just feels like a very different thing. And I just found that really cool. And then the Subcon Forest is another area that you'll get to. And it's like, oh, this is just like a wildly different experience than this mafia town with all these fucking weird guys and their weird conversation and this weird British mustache girl. I
can't say that
I think it'll get there.
I hope so, because I can't say that I have found any of it even remotely charming so far. Like the mafia dudes are doing absolutely nothing for me. I don't know. I don't think much of this mustache girl. I mean,
you're not supposed to think much of her.
I haven't seen enough yet. So I'll reserve judgment until I put more time into it. Time. One thing I did unexpectedly do this morning, because I've been having a hard time focusing all day today.
Sure.
I think at some point last week, Ellie wanted to try the Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah, you put something on the Discord. Yeah,
I want to play the Virtual Boy. It's like, I'll go twist my arm. So I hooked up the Virtual Boy for her, and I was going to put it away today. And I was like, well, how often do I really have this thing plugged in? Let me sit down and play a game real quick, because I love the Virtual Boy. I wound up spending like 45 minutes. Most people.
Everybody loves the Virtual. Oh yeah, no, I guess that's fair. I wound
up putting like 45 minutes into Mario Clash today, because I really like that game. I didn't expect to put 45 minutes into it, and the only reason I stopped was because my eyes were starting to like go out of focus and shit. I was like, I really need to do work. I didn't expect to spend this much time, but like, man, that game is really good. It's a fun game. In 3D in particular. Like, I can play it on my
surprising. TV. Yeah.
But like that game, it incorporates that 3D aspect so much of being able to see where to throw the shells, because you have to throw them in and out of the foreground and background. And like without that 3D effect, it's a lot harder to figure out exactly where to aim.
Yeah. It's really surprising to me that they haven't figured out a way to bring a lot of that stuff forward and kind of redo, maybe not redo is the right word, but just make it accessible on like modern thing. I don't know. I just find it strange that like so much of the Virtual Boy is just like, this is the only place you could have experienced it, and now you can't.
It's the only place you ever will. Like we're getting new versions of another code, for crying out loud, and it's like,
yeah,
I get it. You're adapting this thing that was a DS game, so like, and that's cool. Good on you for doing that, but it's like it's kind of you're willing to adapt this random thing, but you're not willing to adapt like any of this potentially awesome stuff you had on Virtual Boy, which is like,
yeah,
I don't know. It kind of makes
it
me
just
sad.
seems strange. Yeah, it seems
does.
a little odd.
But yeah, like Tellero Boxer. That was a cool ass game. I'd play a new Tellero Boxer.
Yeah,
I'd play more Mario Clash. Fuck, give us more Wario Land, goddammit.
It's all I want out of life is more Mario Land.
The Wario Land games are so good, and it's been a while since there's been a Wario Land, and like there's a lot of potential in there. Hell, just it's you want to talk about games that should be remade. Like there's not even that. There's 14 games of the goddamn Virtual Boy, and so few of them are even like really, really worth your time. But like, it wouldn't take a whole lot to just colorize these games and make them playable. Like you've had good concepts here. Follow through with them.
Well, you had the 3DS.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's the real kicker.
That's the weird thing to me. Like, why?
The 3DS was right there.
Where's the Mario Clash or Tellero Boxer or an updated version or a remake or whatever the fuck you want to call it? But like, you had a platform that did 3D and didn't make people want to die.
And like the Virtual Boy nostalgia
huge
was
selling point.
The Virtual Boy nostalgia was right there. Like they had already started like poking fun at it themselves. Like there was a market to be had there, and they just glossed right over it. It's very strange.
Yeah. What do we know?
Clearly not much. I will say
two schmucks in Jersey.
Something interesting that's been happening in the last couple of weeks is that the Intellivision Amico games have finally started hitting other platforms.
The console exclusive Amico, Chris? How dare you?
Yeah,
how dare you?
That not just won't come to other platforms, but couldn't possibly be done
couldn't
on other
possibly.
platforms.
No.
They just can't be done. So
these fucking mobile games, Chris, they can't exist anywhere else.
Shark came out, I think, a week or two ago, and Astro Smash came out today, I believe. And apparently they're not very good. I know.
Oh, God.
You may actually die of shock on that one, but yeah, they're...
let me fucking sit down.
Little lackluster there.
I'm just saying, before you deliver news of that magnitude, like, I hope... God, Evan better put a warning, a spoiler in, or like...
Are you sitting down?
Are you sitting... If you're driving, pull over to the side of the fucking road so you don't get into an accident. Because, son of a bitch, who could have seen that coming?
Years ago, when we spoke to the illustrious Mr. Tallarico, and other folks who were trying to convince us that the whole like remaking classic games thing would be like a haven on the Intellivision Amico, and this is why it's such an interesting system. That whole thing wasn't as, I guess, well done as it is now. Like the Atari Recharged games kept coming and kept getting better. Like we live in a world where Annalyn and Murtop and Donut Dodo exist. So to release, what was it, Astro Smash is $15, and like you can see everything it has to offer in under an hour. Like,
that's not enough. It's not enough, man.
It's just not enough, especially not now. Like this shit has gotten a lot better since you were supposed to launch this thing a couple of years ago. So,
and I in my soul, I want to feel bad for people who were excited about this product, like genuinely excited about the product and what it claimed to stand for, and the promise of family gaming and all of the things that it was purported to do. But I can't, because it was so obviously from jump a fucking scam.
Yeah, see,
and
I didn't see it that way.
He said so on our show. He fucking admitted it. He admitted that he wanted to sell it to fucking Christian moms. He basically came out on our show and was like, these dumb fucks don't know any better.
And I still think it's wild that
I just can't feel bad now. I can't.
Before that, I certainly didn't feel that way. I had a little bit more faith in the project, but that specific nugget of info I feel like hasn't been talked about anywhere else. And I've been following a lot of the Amico discourse, and I do find it kind of surprising that nobody listens to this show. Not even to do research, not even to do enough research to like make fun of the Amico. Like, I feel like there were a bunch of real Tommy Tallarico nuggets during those episodes that have gone completely unreported on because they were on our show.
Yeah, that's very possible. It's very I mean, I always found it interesting, not to get into a whole Tallarico thing, because we do that frequently.
We do.
More frequently than we should, I think. But I always did find it interesting that on all the fucking podcasts and stuff that he did when he was doing that shit, we never got a mention. And I think that was very intentional because I think he maybe recognized that, like, ooh, I said some shit I shouldn't have. I said the quiet part out loud. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he did kind of give up like halfway through that interview and just started talking. He just started going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. And like I said, I do want to feel bad. I do. I can't.
I love weird-ass game systems, and I am a sucker for them. If the Amico had come out, I would have been like, look, I love my Atari VCS. That thing's dumb as shit, but I love it. I'm so glad I have one.
Yeah.
And I would have been just as glad if the Amico had come out and it had been anything like what he had said. Like, yeah, look at the fucking glowy lights of these controllers. Isn't that amazing? Like, no.
No,
yes.
It's not. I have a phone.
Like,
I have
it
a
is
phone.
amazing.
I've seen all types of shit on there.
Amazed by it. Not for the way that you think I should be, but it is by definition amazing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, it's just what a weird thing. It's very odd. And I think, like, not to put too fine a point on it, but I think if they really would have rebranded, like, from the family entertainment system that they were going for, and really, I mean, I think you and I, Kris, have done over the last 34 years that we've been doing this podcast, I think we've done a very good job of hiding our political affiliations. I don't think anyone listening knows the way that we vote. Certainly not me, if anything, between the two of us. But if they would have really just rebranded and been like, this is the fucking anti-woke system, I think he could have had something. Because that's clearly what they were going for. That's clearly what he was going for. Like, it was very obvious after that interview that they were targeting a very specific segment of the population. And, like, if that's what you're going, just fucking own it. You know what I mean? Be like, we got a fucking My Pillow game. We got a fucking insurrection game. Miko Insurrection or whatever. I don't fucking know. You know what it's like? Oh, man. Just, it's annoying. It's annoying.
Well, on that note,
again,
we're going to take ourselves
not
a
trying
break.
to give up anything obvious, Kris.
Done. Not yet. I get it. I'm done. It's time to move on. It's getting late, and I want to make sure I focus enough energy on this conversation.
Okay.
We're listening when we come back. I forgot how words work. When we come back,
wait.
We are going to finish off our Mortal Kombat ranking, which is going to be a blast. Because I don't remember who half these characters are now that we talked about last week. I couldn't even remember them during the damn show. So
yeah, that's fair. Before we do that, though, Kris, I do just want to say thank you to everybody who shared and donated. We've gotten some additional donations to the rescue through, shares out that you guys have done through the Discord, which was really fucking awesome. Those of you that donated, you're fucking beautiful people, and I love you. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we're going to take ourselves a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish off our Mortal Kombat ranking list. You are listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. Safe at Home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. We're back. We're back and better than ever. I'm a few pounds lighter.
Gross.
Yes,
Hot, but
I
gross.
All right, so it is the spooky season. It is Halloween time. There are cobwebs and pumpkins and stuff, and we're ranking Mortal Kombat characters because that's what we do with ourselves. Dan has compiled a list, and we're going to look back at that list. And this time, I'm pretty sure I know everybody. Right, It's going to be hard for me to place them on the list because, I know all the characters we're talking about now, but figuring out where they go.
But I kind of forget
who the characters we talked about last time were. But you'll help me out. I'm sure you will.
No, sure, and just remember, Onaga. I'll make a couple little notes in here for you. So,
Onaga,
right? Was the dragon demon guy.
Demon. Yep.
Takeda was no, fuck Takeda. He sucks. Garrus is wind fucker, wind and sand fucker. Right? We liked him.
Okay. Yeah.
So that kind of gives you an idea.
Yeah,
Triborg
I remember Bo Right Show.
Triborg.
Obviously, Kenshi, Aaron Black, Triborg, Frost. I know those characters. I think I have a base on Scarlet. I totally forget what Kotal Khan was.
He's the Aztec-looking ruler of Outworld.
Okay, sure. Good for him.
Yeah. He's awesome. He fucking beats Shao Kahn, and like he was a general in Shao Kahn's armies, and then like takes over, and he's fucking cool.
All right, huzzah! Let's get back to it.
Let's do it. So we are jumping in at Mortal Kombat 4. So we've got 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
And 3 we were also counting, or the way I did the list, because there's a lot of 3. I also did trilogy characters in 3 because 3 is where they really started getting annoying.
Well, 3, Ultimate 3, and Trilogy were all Mortal Kombat 3. They were all just different flavors of MK3.
With different characters added to it. So I just put them all in there. Instead of separating them out into, whatever.
That would be crazy. All right, Mortal Kombat 4. Let's get to work.
Okay.
You going to read them or am I reading them? What are we doing?
You're the fucking host.
What did we do last time? All right, cool. Mortal Kombat 4.
You read them.
Tanya.
I fucking hate Tanya.
Tanya sucks.
Tanya sucks. She sucks.
The question is, how bad does she suck?
Pretty bad, I think.
So
I just find her so boring.
Exactly. She's like, well, we have Katana, Melina, and Jade. We should probably have another girl in a leotard.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about this woman. Is she better or worse than... All right, she's not better than Cassie Cage. Is she better or worse than Jackie Briggs?
I'd put her as worse.
All right, Dramamine? What the hell was that one?
He's the weird, like, bug Oni dude. I don't know. She's fucking, she's got the like, what the fuck is, what is her name from Street Fighter? Cammy. She's got, like, the same, like, spinny kick thing that Cammy does. She's fucking Cammy and Jace, but not nearly as cool. I don't know. I would put her pretty low. I don't like her. She's got a boomerang. That's not cool.
But, like, how much lower are we going? Like...
Oh, God. I put her
I don't really
below
like
Draymond,
Briggs,
but above Darius.
Yeah, because Darius is when we're starting to get to be like, how dare you?
Yeah, Darius sucks on toast. All right.
Hey, you know who else sucks? Shinnok. Shinnok sucks too.
Shinnok, he does. He gets better, like, as the games go on.
Yeah, but that's not exactly a high bar. He's just a stupid-looking character.
He is. He is the main bad guy in 11, though. Like, he does eventually come... Well, his head is, for a while. and then he gets, like... I don't know. He's a weird character.
Yeah, I think he sucks. I have hated this guy ever since I saw him in Mortal Kombat 4. Like... I'm sorry, this is the dude that you're calling a threat? Like, this dude looks dumb as shit. And every single time they're like, oh, look, we made him cool now. Like, did you, though? Because he still looks like Shinnok. Like, you made him slightly less awful, but he's still Shinnok, and he's a shit character.
Is he above Garrus? Wind Sandfucker.
I'm going to say no, because he's definitely not better than Mocap. Mocap's at least funny. No, I'm saying Shinnok is down here in Tanya territory.
Oh, okay. I think I would put him above Jackie Briggs.
I was just going to say that.
Above Serena. Not a big Serena guy.
I don't remember who Serena is, but I don't think he beats Tremor.
No. Yeah, Serena is the Game Boy character.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. He can go below Serena. Serena's she's paid her dues by being a Game Boy Advance exclusive character.
That's fair.
I think she deserves that. Yeah, fuck Shinnok. I hate that guy. All right,
yeah, he sucks.
The only question is Meat better or worse than Mocap?
I don't even know.
Right? Because they're both stupid for the same and very different reasons.
Yeah, I think worse than mocap.
I agree, because mocap, like, all right, so Meat at the time was like, well, you're not going to get any dumber than this, and they were like, oh, aren't we?
Oh, wait a second. His name is Meat. Like they didn't even fucking try. You're just like, nah, it's Meat.
He was this game's Lizard Man, except not as good. Because Lizard Man is a fucking masterpiece, but like Lizard Man is Lizard Man. This dude is Meat. Farah,
he's
Tor.
really, yeah, he's fucking weird. I don't know. I would put him right below mocap. I would, because I do like him. He's exactly the kind of stupid I like.
100%. Hundo P, as the kids say.
Hundo P. All right, now this next one. Oh, man.
Oh, I have such mixed feelings about Quan Chi.
Right? I do too. Because Quan Chi has, and I was talking about this with Tiff, right? When like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 specifically came out, I was right at the right age to be making up fatalities with my friends at recess at school. Okay? And the one fatality we always came back to was you got to tear off somebody's leg and beat the shit out of them with it. And that didn't happen until Quan Chi.
It is my favorite fatality I've ever seen.
Mine too.
Maybe Scorpions burning people is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But like, when it comes to stupid fatalities, holy shit. Yanking someone's leg,
he just keeps beating you with it. He just keeps beating you with it.
Yeah, he doesn't stop.
No. And it's like, as the games went on, the fatality got like even crazier because he'll beat you with your leg and like knock your head off but he just doesn't fucking stop beating you with your own leg. And that's incredible. But I also kind of hate Quan Chi.
Oh, yeah. He's a shit character. Like, his design, especially when he first came out in Mortal Kombat 4, was just dumb. No, he didn't come out in Mortal Kombat 4. He came out in Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
Oh, yeah. We're not fucking talking about those, though.
He is a dumbass character design. Like, it's just thumbs down. Not okay. But that fatality...
Oh boy,
that fatality
it's doing
so
a lot
good.
Of work.
It is.
It's doing a lot of work.
Good. And
he also had some like.
It doesn't belong to him. It doesn't match his character. You know, you look at him, and it's like, this isn't the kind of dude who rips off your leg and beats you with it. That's too fucking funny. And like, that's not who this guy is. And yet, here we are.
He does have some pretty cool special moves.
He does.
The teleport stomp thing is pretty cool. All right, so is he higher than Onaga? Dragon Demon guy. I think he is. I think the fatality does that much work.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. You're not going to get an argument out of me on that.
Okay. So then, is he higher than Frost?
Sorry, is he? Just watching a video of his fatality.
It's so good. It's so good.
Stop. He's just beating you with the leg, and it keeps bleeding. Like there shouldn't be any blood left. But
no,
it just keeps bleeding.
Especially in the fucking Mortal Kombat 4 version of that fatality. That game is so ugly. And the gigantic raindrops of blood that come out during fucking fatalities are absurd. I think, man, I want to put him above Triborg. I really do. It's my favorite fatality in the game. And I think Triborg is just kind of... Triborg's the kind of stupid I like. But
that leg fatality it's just one of the best. So I
really
agree.
is.
I think he goes above Triborg with a giant asterisk. It's just it cannot be overstated. Like, Quan Chi is a stupid character design. He's way better than Shinnok, but
yeah,
he's a bad character. All right, he's a bad character, but he's a bad character that does some great things, including possibly the best fatality in the series. So
yeah.
Quan Chi with a big fucking asterisk. All right, now we're getting into some confusion territory. I don't remember who the fuck Reiko is.
Reiko is he is the guy that he's got. I think he's got the face paint. Who is Reiko? God damn it.
Because, like, this is the problem with Mortal Kombat 4, is that you had bullshit, and then you also had just completely nondescript characters. Like, Reiko, I recognize this guy now. He's like one of the ninjas, but not. He's got a bunch of, like, Noob Saibot's moves. He's bullshit.
He sucks. He sucks real bad.
He's got stupid eye makeup, and he's wearing, like, Mortal Kombat ninja clothes. But he doesn't do... He's wearing, like, red, like, Ermac, but he doesn't look anywhere near as cool as Ermac. No. This guy is just pure, unadulterated laziness.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy on toast. He sucks. So how bad does he suck?
He's below Garrus, I believe. All right, so, and I think Shinnok gives us a new, like, low bar. Is he better or worse than Shinnok? I think he's worse.
Oh, yeah. No, I think he's worse than Shinnok. I'm just trying to find Shinnok. Where did we put him? Okay, there. See, okay. I was going off of Tanya, because he's a similar situation to Tanya. Tanya's just like, okay, let's just do Katana again with a different moveset. He is just like, let's do another ninja. But I find him more offensive than Tanya.
But he's not even a ninja.
He's not. He's just dressed like one.
He looks like a young Shao Kahn. He just sucks. No, fuck him. Yeah, he could be above or below Tanya. It doesn't
I think
matter.
He's below Tanya, but he's still no Darius.
Okay, that's fair.
Reiko. There you go. Good job. Now, who the fuck is Kai?
Kai
again, don't remember. Oh, this guy.
He's the Shaolin monk that was the heir apparent to Liu Kang and Kung Lao. And then nobody gave a fuck about Kai.
Yeah, because he's just kind of bland.
Yeah.
He's got some interesting moves. Like the fireball that he has, he throws a fireball through the ground and then it comes up out of the ground. He's not devoid. He's not completely worthless. He's just completely forgettable.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah,
I think he's down there in that Tanya, Draman, Reiko kind of territory.
Yeah, because like we're talking, he's fine. He's not offensive, but he's also like, is he all right? So
you'd be hard pressed to remember who he fucking is.
Exactly, he's a very forgettable character. I don't know. I want to say he's better than Tanya, but who's Draman again?
Draman's the fucking Oni guy with the bugs flying around him.
Right, he's better than Shinnok. I'll say that.
Okay.
But I don't think he's better than Serena.
Yeah, no, put him above Shinnok. That's fine.
Okay. And then there's Jarek. Jarek was the Kano type character, right?
Yes, he is the Kano replacement, like, even to the point where he does a fucking heart rip as a fatality.
Because he knew Kano. Like, I think like that was...
Yeah.
Let's see. Believed to be the last member of Kano's clan. Yeah, he was this game's Kano. And just like Tanya and what was his name, Reiko. It's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, why is this here?
Why isn't he just Kano then? Like, why are we? So we've got a less interesting version of Kano. He's wearing the same outfit, but it's got more colors. He does the same moves, but he doesn't have a cool laser eye. He throws an actual knife instead of a cool laser knife. He's just like, we just took Kano and made him worse in every possible way. He's bullshit. Yeah.
He's fucking Wish.com Kano is what he is.
Yeah, he's bullshit.
Man. All right, so I just numbered the list because I was really curious as to how many of these we've done so far. So we've ranked. We're now ranking the 43rd character so far at these fucking guys. Oh man, and there's still so many to go. I would put him below Darius, but above Movado because still fuck Movado.
Okay, yeah, no arguments here.
But he's still got a heart rip fatality, and that's cool.
Yeah, that's not nothing. But then we have Fujin. Then we have Fujin. I like this character. Fujin I thought was cool because Fujin was like, now we've got a lightning god. We've had one of those forever. Now we've got a wind god. And I thought his moves were really cool. He's a cool design. He's memorable. Like, I remember Fujin. You know, you say Fujin, I know exactly what it looks like. He's got Raiden's glowy eyes. He's got a cool ponytail. He's got everybody loves a cool ponytail. Relatively generic Mortal Kombat-esque outfit, but that's very emblematic of the game. But his moves were cool. Like, isn't one of his fatalities just like, he does that cool knee move where he like flies forward and double knees you. He can like make a little wind tornado thing come out off the ground. Yeah. He can spin around. But then I think one of his fatalities where he blows wind on you until your skin flies off or something. Like, he was pretty cool. I think looking at our list right now, I think he should go above Natara but below Devora. I still think Devora's cooler with her bugness. Yeah, I'll give you that. All right. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it and list I don't think he actually beats any of these guys, but he's pretty darn cool. Like, I like him more than Onaga. Yeah. Yeah, so what did you say, under Devora, but above Natara? Yeah. Yeah, so she's our new number, 8? He, Fujin. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a solid placement there. So Mortal Kombat 4 was kind of the last game, I think, that just largely featured shit characters. Now we get into the real fun territory. With the exception of these 2 hidden characters, which we're starting with. Because, I don't know, man. I just don't know how to feel about these characters. Yeah. All right, so who's up first? Chameleon with a K. Which one? Was that the male or the female one? That was the female one. That was the male. That was the female one with the K. Yes, Chameleon with a K is the female one. Their original appearances are pretty, really stretching the fabric of what we can get away with as far as having them be designed. Just like, all right, what are we going to make out of a random ninja hidden character in this one? However, their redesigns were both really cool, with the clear skin and whatnot. So I don't know, Chameleon with a K is pretty neat. Which version was she in? Because they were each in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I think, but wasn't one of them exclusive to the N64 version? I can't remember which one was which. That sounds right. I do not remember. Let's see if we can find out. Okay. No, it's not coming up quickly, so I don't care that much. I just don't. Yeah, I see that she originated in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but it's not specifying which one. But all right, so was pretty stupid to begin with, but still kind of okay, and then her redesign wound up being really nice. So, where do we want to put Chameleon with a K?
Better or worse than mocap and meat? What do you think? I think worse.
Yeah, but not by much.
No, I think probably above Ferrator, but below meat.
Yeah, okay.
Does that feel right?
It feels right, Jace. But now what about Chameleon?
Well, because I was going to say, because right after that, I think you could put Chameleon with a C, the male ninja version of this character. You put him above or below Chameleon with a K. I think they're both kind of right in that spot.
Yeah, and they both had the same situation where like their original appearance was like kind of bullshit, but then their redesigns are really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think kind of right in that same spot. I would probably put him above her just because the male ninjas were cooler.
I agree. Done. Sold. Chameleon and Chameleon.
Sold.
All right. Let's talk Ermac. I fucking love Ermac.
Ermac's fucking awesome.
I love the original story behind Ermac of when I first heard about Ermac in Electronic Gaming Monthly with that fake screenshot that dude sent in, that it was like some sort of supposed to be a game glitch that was pushing together
error machine.
Error machine or error macro. Oh boy. What a fun little piece of mythology that was.
That then became a fucking awesome character.
Oh my god. When they put Ermac in, like in later games, he became like really cool. Like I loved his newer design with like the I don't know what do you call it, like the whatever he wore on his head, the like scarf or something that he had on his head was like really, he just had a really great redesign in the modern games. But even when he was just a red ninja, he had that great move where he would just telekinesis you off the ground and slam you into the ground, and it was so satisfying to pull that move off. Ermac,
he's awesome.
Rules. Love Ermac.
I think I would put him, I think probably below Kenshi. I think he kind of goes almost right to the top of our current list.
I agree.
I still like Kenshi better.
Yeah, he doesn't beat Kenshi because Kenshi's fucking awesome, but Ermac rules. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Rain, who is pretty stupid.
Also cool.
Really cool, but really stupid. Like, you just look at it like, I get it. Purple Rain, you fucking assholes. You fucking assholes.
You fucking
But still, he
bastards.
throws that water ball where you can move the other character around the screen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's great. What is it? He is not. Was he the one with the lightning? I think he's the one with the lightning too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. His move list was fucking great. Rain is awesome. He's so stupid, though.
I was so into the ninjas, though.
Oh my god! Me
and
too.
when I'm not even gonna lie. When I was a kid, I did not get the Prince joke. Didn't get it at all.
I didn't get it either until I was way older. Nope. I didn't get it at all. I was just like,
I thought it was purple because it's rainy. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was purple because they hadn't used that color yet.
Yeah. It's like, purple, he's rainy. Cool. It's fine.
I love these ninja characters. I love this design. I love it to death. And as long as they have cool moves to go along with it, and then they did. Every single one of them had cool as shit moves.
Was awesome.
There was no wasted ones except like Chameleon because they were just reused other characters' moves.
Yeah.
They were what like Reptile originally was in Mortal Kombat 1, you know, but then eventually it became their own thing. But like, man, Ermac with that green fireball and Rain with his just holding up his hand and then just striking your ass with lightning was just, and man, when you could pull off that little water fireball and drag someone towards you, then uppercut them. Oh, yes. He's not Ermac. He's not as cool as Ermac.
But I think he's right below.
I think you're right.
I would
Those
put,
two are
I would
so
put him
close
above
to each
Aaron
other.
Black.
Yeah,
I like
me
Aaron
too.
Black a lot, though. I do.
All right, Dan. What do you want to do with this guy?
with Stryker?
Yeah.
Man, I love Stryker. He
I
fucking
hate
sucks.
Stryker. He's
He's awful.
It's terrible.
He's so stupid.
He sticks out like
He's
a sore
so
thumb.
stupid. He really does.
His
But it
move
was such a good idea. Like, it actually, in the story that they were telling at that point, of, like, the Mortal Kombat tournament has come to Earth,
Oh, yeah.
it made sense that, like, a fucking badass riot cop would be involved somehow. Like, that made sense to me, you know,
Sure.
like when I was fucking 13
Just-
or whatever.
Why isn't anyone else
But
just
he
pulling out
sucks.
guns and shooting these people? And that move was
Yeah.
hilarious. But his design
was.
is terrible. He just looks like some dude in a trailer park. He's just
He does. He looks
Ugh.
like your dad has decided to take up arms against the fucking ninjas.
remember in what was it? The Dark Knight. I'm not wearing hockey gear. Like that's this guy. He's the guy who
Yeah.
dresses up in hockey gear and goes out and pretends he's a cop. Stryker's fucking terrible.
Yeah, he's real bad, but I love him. I love this fucking stupid fucking grenades and shit that he would throw.
His moveset is exactly what it should be. The idea of the character is perfectly sound. It was just the execution of his design that is shit. I enjoyed playing as him. You know, do that neat throw with the nightstick or whatever the hell that was. And again, like, just being able to pull out a gun and shoot these people. Like, why isn't anyone else doing this? Like, okay, you're going to come to Earth. You're going to be in the United States. Yeah, of course. You're going to get shot. You guys can shoot lasers.
That's right.
Neat. We have guns. Lots of them. I don't know where to put him.
He's so
where do you want
stupid.
him? Where do you want him?
Where do I want him? At number one. That's where I want to put Stryker. The fucking crazy thing to me, though, is that I would have never dreamed seeing Stryker for the first time. I would have never dreamed that there would be worse characters than Stryker. And boy, are there a lot of worse characters than Stryker. I think, honestly, I don't want to put him this low, but I think he has to go below Meat, but above Chameleon. Like, I'm putting Stryker above Cassie Cage. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
that's where that's where I feel he should be.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, he should probably be lower, but it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
At the end of the day, his move list is really good. Like, not really good, but his move list is fun. He's a fun character.
And his name is Stryker.
Yeah.
It's just so... Oh, it fucking sucks.
All right, so then we have Sindel. I have never liked Sindel.
I'm not a big Sindel fan.
I don't think her design's very cool. I like the idea of her being a siren character, that she could float, that she can use her hair and stuff. That's kind of neat. Like, I like the idea of her, but I've never liked her design. I think her design is just... ugh.
Yeah. I want to like her more than I do. I definitely think she's in the Devora Natara Onaga range. I think that's kind of where she is.
Give me a number. Where the hell are those characters?
Like 12, 13, 14 currently on our list.
Oh, okay. You're going higher than me.
I think she's better than, like, so Garrus as the kind of barometer at 20 right now. I think she's better than Kung Jin, Borai Cho, Hotaru, Takeda, Shujinko, Ashura. Like, I think she's better than all of them. You know, she did have a fucking awesome fatality where she screams your skin off like that.
Again, she's a really cool idea. I just don't like the way she looks. But yeah, all in all, I feel like I could put her above a demon dragon, to be perfectly honest. I just don't think I can.
that's fair, but below Onaga, above Akira.
Yeah, I'm going to put her at 14.
A good spot for her.
I'm going to put her at 14.
Now, Shiva, on the other hand, she's just there.
She is. She is definitely there. She is, she's Lady Goro.
Yeah.
See, she hits me in like the Tanya Reiko range because it's like she's redundant. She's just like, well, we need another of this breed of character, so let's do that. But she is still pretty cool.
The stomp thing was cool.
Exactly, the stomp thing is pretty cool. So
I like the stomp thing.
I like her better than Shinnok, but not by a lot.
Yeah. I like her better than Kai because she's more memorable than Kai.
It's true. Yeah, I remember who she is.
Probably.
Probably better than Serena. I don't know if she tops Tremor.
No, I don't think she does.
All right, so she's our new 30. All right, Shiva it is. Yeah. There you go. Oops.
All right.
Did that wrong. There we go. Okay, Sector. Which robot was that? He's the red one, right?
He's the red one. Yeah, the teleport uppercut.
All right. I don't like him very much. I like him.
No,
but I like the one with the net better, the yellow one.
Cyrax.
Yeah. Cyrax was my guy. I liked Cyrax way better. I mean, yes, this guy has some great combos. I love that teleport punch, but Smoke did it better. Robot Smoke. Because Smoke had the robot punch, and then you could do the robot punch into the claw grip thing, and then pull him back and do a combo out of that. Whereas Sector was all like, that uppercut punch is really cool, but then he only has missiles to follow it up, and the missiles are okay, but I don't know. The missiles didn't really do it for me. They shot out the seat-seeking one is really slow. I don't know. He's cool. He's cool. I just like the other. He's my least favorite of the cybernetic ninjas. Which I guess I'm noticing now, you only have one Smoke on here.
I do, yeah. Because it's the same character. It stayed the same character. Story-wise, it's the same guy.
It is technically the same guy, but he is but, you have unmasked Sub-Zero, too.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll put another Smoke on there somewhere. Yes. It doesn't matter. We'll fucking do it.
Robo-Smoke.
So... Is Sector better or worse than Triborg?
Let me look at Triborg again.
Because I think for the robot ninjas, that's where we kind of have to.
No, you're right.
Have to start looking. Are they better on their own than Triborg? I would argue that they are.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think the design of the unique robots is cooler than Triborg. Triborg, however, has the name Triborg, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life, and I love it with all of my heart. But no, you're 100% correct. No, this guy he's right above Triborg. And I do think design-wise, clearly better than Quan Chi, but, Quan Chi has the leg rip. But Quan Chi is also terrible? And wait, is he the one that blows up the world? Is that his fatality?
I thought that was Smoke's.
I don't remember which one did it. One of them. Fuck. What are the Sector? Is that we're on Sector? Right, that's who we're on Sector. Fatalities. Show me Sector's fatalities. Show me potato salad. All right, so Sector has the compactor. Oh, the fucking compactor is great.
That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. It comes out of his motorcycle vest.
Yeah. Okay, and then the other one is he burns him with a flamethrower. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were his two basic ones. The compactor is great. But
compactor's pretty great.
Flamethrower is kind of lame, so... Jeez, I don't know. Do we like the robots better or worse than Aaron Black? I don't think the cybernetic ninjas are beating regular non-cybernetic ninjas.
Right.
At least not these two.
I like Sector worse than, or less, let's say that, less than Aaron Black. I do like Sector's friendship, though, in fucking Mortal Kombat 3, where it's the, test your strength hammer thing from, a carnival. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
But I would put him below Aaron Black.
Okay. I agree that they have to
Quan
be Quan Chi, just because their basic design is so good.
Yeah.
Even though it's, hockey gear or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, where are we? Sector Nightwolf.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about Nightwolf. Still to this day.
I don't feel very good about him.
I want to like him. I just never found him fun to play. Yeah,
his little axe move looks really cool, but it doesn't. I've never been any good with him. I like his shoulder charge, his Wario shoulder charge, but
yeah,
I don't like him very much. I never have, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, I like his design.
He's
I
not
think
T-Hawk.
He looks cool. He has both of those things against him.
He came out around the same time, right? Every fighting game had to have some sort of cool ass Native American. But Chief Thunder was fucking awesome, and T-Hawk had that move where he picks you up by the head, spins you around, and smashes it into the ground. So Nightwolf was he was the weakest out of all the Native American characters, I think. And I just don't like him very much. Never really did it for me.
So is he above or below Onaga?
I want to say below Onaga, but I like him more than Sindel, I think.
Yeah, that feels right.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, because I don't hate him. I'm not super indifferent to him.
No.
Yeah, all right. There you go. Nightwolf. Then we have Motaro. I've never really cared much for Motaro. I always thought Motaro was a big step back from the Goro and Kentaro before him.
Agreed entirely. Entirely agreed. So does he beat Mocap?
I don't think so.
Okay. So does he beat Stryker? Man, he has to, right?
In a fight, yeah.
Man,
yeah, at the end of the day, he's still, a centaur who can shoot fireballs out of his butt or something.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Fuck it. He's below Stryker. He's below Stryker, but above Chameleon.
Because he's not as ballsy as Stryker.
He's
not as inspired. Stryker's just fuck it.
It's easy to join a fight if you're a fucking centaur.
Yeah.
But for your dad to go kick ass, it's a different thing.
All right, now we have Cabal. Ooh, this is a tough one.
I fucking love Cabal.
Exactly. I love Cabal. This is a tough one.
I
want to say
something.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm going to say something crazy. Where we are in our list right now, number 1.
Ooh, does he beat Kenshi?
I would put him above Kenshi. I really like Kenshi. Fucking Cabal though, that run back and forth and making dudes spin around and the combos that you would do afterwards.
That thing's cool, but what's really fucking cool is where he just summons a saw blade out of the ground.
Yeah, that's
that
fucking
move
awesome.
Comes out of nowhere, and it's just who is this guy? Yeah, and his combos with the whatever those weapons he uses are called. Oh,
the hook swords.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's a bold move, and I agree.
His
Cabal
fatalities suck.
Rules. Yeah,
that's the problem. His fatalities are garbage.
They are
his
they
friendship,
do hold him back.
Though, his friendship, where he roasts a marshmallow on the fucking hook sword, puts him right back at the top, though. His animality sucks in Mortal Kombat 3. All the babalities were fucking stupid. His friendship is amazing.
Have you seen his friendship in Mortal Kombat 11?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh my god, YouTube it. It's great.
All right, hold on. Oh, there's a 1 hour clip of his friendship in Mortal Kombat 11. Good God. What the fuck is happening? Oh my God! He's playing the xylophone?
And he does dash over to it.
That's incredible. He's staying right at number one. Nothing beats fucking Cabal. Nothing.
That is great. Oh. All right, Cyrax. Really, the question is, do we like Cyrax better or worse than Sector?
Better.
I think I like him better. What were Cyrax's fatalities? I want to see his fatalities just to be sure.
Yeah.
His regular moves I liked a lot because
Yep.
All right, so he had the self-destruct.
I love his,
but it didn't blow up the planet. I love the net. That green net. I love the noises he makes. Oh, right, he turns his head into the helicopter and
it's so that's
dumb.
Incredible.
It's so dumb. Oh,
it's so good.
It really is.
His animality is a shark.
Right. Oh, God, I forgot he was the shark. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like him, definitely like him better than Sector. But again, I think he's got to go right next to him because he's such a similar character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, he just goes right above Sector.
Yeah, I agree. I do really like Cyrax. They do interesting things with him later on, like in the games, where he kind of is a good guy. It's pretty cool. Like, Sector stays a bad guy, Cyrax is a good guy. It's, I don't know, it's weird, but I dig it.
All right. Now we have Smoke. Human Smoke.
Okay.
And Human Smoke, I do think, is an interesting case. I've never liked him all that much. I thought he was interesting, but he unlike the other ninja characters, I don't think evolved into anything better as Human Smoke. Cyborg Smoke, I have a very different opinion of. Cyborg Smoke, I love. Human Smoke, like even in Trilogy, like just his fatalities are stupid. That because they were just like, all right, well, what can we do without actually coming up with anything new? And he doesn't really have a unique move list. Like he's just there. He's definitely, to me, below the Chameleon characters because I don't think.
Oh my God! Wow. Below Chameleon?
Because at least Chameleon changed colors. This was just like gray ninja that just smokes.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's right in that area, and I think Chameleon is a cooler concept than Smoke.
All right.
Again, we're just talking Human Smoke. I understand that character went through a lot of changes, but we're just talking Human Smoke, cybernetic, not pre-cybernetic ninja. Just comparing him to like Chameleon and Chameleon, it's the same basic character, right? All it is like, well, I can do scorpions and other moves. I have stolen moves. I'm a ninja, but I'm gray and smoke comes off of me. Neat. I think the cool rainbowy invisible effect of Chameleon was cooler than that. So,
all right.
Now, Smoke,
I'm with you.
On the other hand, cybernetic ninja smoke. Cyborg Smoke is fucking great because Cyborg Smoke is the one that has that blow up the world fatality that cracks my shit up.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely insane. His other fatality is he shoves a giant bomb down your throat. Which is hilarious.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And also his moveset.
Yeah, he suffers from the borrowed moves, for sure. Like even the Cyborg one does.
He does and he doesn't, because like he has that exact same punch, but nobody else has that grappling hook, which is basically Scorpion's get over here. But like there's something intensely cool about the fact that it just pops out of his chest, and I don't know, it just works really well. But like I'm looking at this, compilation of Smoke fatalities, and they've got both the cyborg and the human ones. And like the human Smoke just never gets all that much better. Like even when they start adding his own personality and stuff, he's still not really impressing me. Like his dumb smoke hair in the later game, and even his
you dumb smoke hair.
Just he's not doing it for me. He's a neat idea. I don't think he's a bad character. Just like I don't think Chameleon's a bad character, and they've done some neat things with him, but I just don't think he's as cool, and he never gets cooler than that Mortal Kombat 3 cyborg version of him. Because like that teleport, that grappling hook, they are technically borrowed, but they work so damn well. So I think he just goes above. I think he just goes above Cyrax, right? I don't think he has enough unique stuff to beat Aaron Black, does he?
Right. No.
Yeah, I think he just tops the three.
I was going to say below Cyrax, but I'm fine with it above. Yeah, I'm not going to fight you on it.
Cyrax has I think it's the fatality that puts him over the top.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cyborg. Okay. Shao Kahn.
So, Shao Kahn.
I'm of several minds of Shao Kahn.
He was so much fucking scarier than Shang Tsung as a final boss.
He was.
Right. Like so much more
part of that
intimidating.
came from that opening sequence in Mortal Kombat 2 where Shao Kahn is on his knees praying to this just big beefy dude with a skull mask. Like this dude was intimidating.
And he talks shit.
Like
as you're fighting against him.
Mid-round, you weak, pathetic fool. Like
fool.
Man, his voice was great. Like, this dude had presence. What a great villain.
Yeah. And just that fucking shoulder charge, the fucking giant hammer.
The hammer,
Pretty fucking cool.
Shao Kahn is great.
Yeah. I like Shao Kahn. Do I like him more than cybernetic ninjas? I don't think I do.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right? Do we like him more than cybernetic ninjas?
I don't think we do, but I do think we like him more than Quan Chi.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
I love the leg rip. I adore the leg rip, but like, and this dude just.
But that's all he's got.
It is. It's all he's got. Shao Kahn's got.
That's all he's got.
A great fucking design, killer moves, and he just trash talks you. Like, yeah.
And he stayed awesome.
He stayed awesome, and he's not he's not a cybernetic ninja.
That's true.
Cybernetic ninjas are fucking awesome. You know who I don't like is Unmasked Sub-Zero.
No.
This character hurt so bad. Because, before Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, they're like, all right, we're doing Mortal Kombat 3, and there's not going to be any of those ninja characters. We're just making Sub-Zero a dude. Sub-Zero's going to look dumb as shit. Like, why would you take that from us? And then they gave him back in Ultimate, but man.
It just wasn't the same.
He introduced some neat stuff to Sub-Zero, but when they put Masked Sub-Zero back in, he was better in every conceivable way. So, it's neat that he could do the move where he throws ice into the air, and this was, I believe, the first version of Sub-Zero that could do the ice clone. But...
yeah, I think so.
And that's a really cool move, but even the ice clone looked stupid because it was a clone of this dumbass Sub-Zero. So he's still Sub-Zero, but he's so insulting because it's just like, Sub-Zero is this guy? No.
My biggest issue with Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero is not even the fact that he was unmasked. And some of it, like you said, it did look stupid. But more specifically, that he was a fucking white guy.
That's true. He wasn't even Asian. He was just white dude.
And I don't I don't know that a ninja has to be Asian, but, like, I also know that a ninja has to not be, like, this was fucking American Ninja. Like, what the fuck was this? This just was, nope, this wasn't it. This wasn't it.
Yeah, square jaw. Like, I feel like they tried to make him look like a traditional superhero or something, and it was just it was a complete and total failure. It just took everything that was interesting or mysterious about Sub-Zero and just pooped all over it.
Yeah. The weird,
none of his moves
red
looked cool.
He did have fucking cool combos. Like his combos, cool combos, the elbow, like the couple elbows and then the quick kicks and shit. I always thought those were pretty cool. Man, this is a hard one.
Because at his core, he's still Sub-Zero, but like...
Yeah.
God.
But like, you're just a fucking white guy. That's weird.
They took... It just removes everything special about him and just makes him seem so bland.
Just a white dude.
Yeah, I don't like him. He makes me sad.
Yeah. All right. So where does he end up then? White Sub-Zero. Snow White Sub-Zero. Is he
his
better?
Fatality where he blows on you and then you
he might have said he
like...
looks like fucking Superman and he has ice breath. Like, you're right. It was a superhero kind of thing.
Yeah. Boo.
Like, if they were making... Here's the damning comment, I think, on this Sub-Zero. If he would have been able to, and he wasn't, but if he would have been able to, the perfect live-action, unmasked Sub-Zero is Christopher Reeve. And that's not what you want as Sub-Zero.
Agreed.
Like, that's as bad as Christopher Lambert as Raiden. Like, that's as fucking stupid.
I don't think so.
Mortal Kombat. Do. Oh,
I love that movie so much. All right.
Where
are we putting this? Where are we putting this fucker?
Oh, God.
He upsets me. I feel like he's such an insulting character. He really deserves to be low on the list. Even though he's still Sub-Zero, he's got to go down pretty low because he's so insulting.
Is he better or worse than Movado?
Where's Movado?
Because he's still Sub-Zero. Movado is 48.
Oh, okay.
Out of 59.
All right. He's better than Jarek.
Right.
Is he better than
Darius? Is he better than Reiko? And Tanya?
No. I think he goes under Reiko. He beats Darius, but I think he goes under Reiko.
Okay.
Because that's the level of bullshit this is.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with it.
Noob Saibot.
Such a stupid ass name. Did you know, Chris, that that's the creators of the game? That's their name backwards. Yeah, did you know? Yeah, it is.
No.
It is. Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
He goes between Ermac and Rain. I don't think he's cooler than Ermac, but he's cooler than Rain.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I fucking love Rain, but like, Noob Saibot, the thing where he just like a clone of himself runs at you and picks you up and throws you at the other one, or like the teleport through the ground, smash. Yeah, his moves are just fucking crazy. I love. And
he was
Noob
just
Saibot.
A shadow.
Yeah,
he's just like his first appearance. He's just a fucking shadow.
Solid black ninja. Just love it. Nah, Noob Saibot's great.
Yeah, and he becomes impossible later. Like absolutely fucking cheap.
How do we feel about Jade?
I like Jade.
I like Jade too, especially in Mortal Kombat 3. Like once she split off from being a literal Katana Melina clone, just like Reptile. Once she got the stick, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like her. How high up do we like her, though?
I don't like her more than Frost. I don't like her more than Scarlet. But maybe more
but kind of right around there.
Yeah, we're in the right vicinity. Do I like her more than or less than Fujin? What do we think?
I think I like her more than Fujin, less than Scarlet.
Yeah, all right. I'm into that. Okay. Then we have Goro and Kentaro. This is hard. Because Goro is like...
Save Goro. Kentaro's easier.
All right, where are we putting Kentaro?
Kentaro is fine. I think he's cool. I would put him... Oh, God. I want to say like around Onaga, like around 20th right now.
Yeah, I think I like...
But maybe lower?
No, I like him better than Onaga. He's just like...
Yeah, I think I do too.
Because he was a really interesting evolution of Goro, right? I think Goro is definitely more iconic. But like, all right, how do we top Goro? We make him old, we make him tiger-striped, and we make him somehow even more brutal.
Yeah.
It's like, this dude had a fucking presence. It's just like, shit, okay. Like, even if you thought for a second, like, he shows up and like, okay, he's a little scarier looking than Goro, but I know how to fight Goro. Fuck off. Goro would jump at you. This is the dude who would jump on you and just fucking stomp the shit out of you. Kentaro's cool as shit. Yeah. I'm putting him above Onaga. Who's Natara again?
The vampire girl.
Yeah, all right. I'll stay below Natara. But yeah, Kentaro's cool as hell.
Yeah.
All right. Now, where do you want to put Goro?
I fucking love Goro.
Me too.
Goro is the thing that like really fucking sold me on Mortal Kombat. Like, we've talked about it before, but walking through the Deptford Mall and getting into the arcade and just hearing this thunderous bass coming from somewhere in the arcade and stumbling upon a machine where some four-armed fucker was just wailing on somebody's chest. I was like, oh my God, what is this? This is incredible. It was when I was on vacation in Virginia, and they had the arcade at the campground, and all the kids were just crowded around this machine, and all I could hear was the fight before Goro, right? Because you're in Goro's lair, and you hear him stomping around and shit, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I got there in time to see them finish that match, and then Goro shows up, drops down out of the ceiling, all four arms out of the side. I'm like, what? And then he walks over to him, he picks him up with the all bottom arms and beats the shit out of him with the top arms. Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Goro's amazing. I also like really, really love that Harryhausen style stop motion animation stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
and that it was all digitized. It matched the live action actors so well in this game.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
I adore Goro.
Personally, I want to put him... I'm either 1 or 2 right now.
Looking... man, see, I would put him at 3. I would put him below Kenshi.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you. I'm not going to fight you on that.
I think he's awesome.
I think he's awesome.
I think he's incredible. He's one of my very favorite characters, like, ever in video games. And just fucking amazing. But then, like, also trying to factor in, like, is he fun to play as? Not necessarily.
Oh, no. No.
You know, never been super fun to play as, which sucks.
Because he was never designed to be played. He was never designed to be anything other than a cheap-ass boss character, you know?
Yeah.
I
fucking love him, though.
We're into Mortal Kombat 2 territory here.
All right.
Baraka.
It's about to get serious now, Kris.
All right. Baraka. How do we feel about Baraka?
I fucking love Baraka.
I love Baraka, too. It's great.
I love Baraka. Do I love him more than the ninjas, though? Do I love him? Do I love Baraka more than Ermac, Noob Saibot, and Rain?
That's tough. That's tough.
I love Baraka. He's such a cool design.
I love him. I definitely like him better than Aaron Black. I don't know if I like him better than the ninjas.
I have exactly one Mortal Kombat figure from the McFarlane line, and it is Baraka. Like, that's the one that I have, because I love Baraka. But, man, I think he goes below the ninjas. I do. I would almost argue he could maybe go above Rain.
I was just going to say, like, does he go below all three of them, though? Because I don't think he does. I would actually probably put him above Noob Saibot. I don't think he beats Ermac, though, especially once you factor in Ermac's redesign later, being also incredibly cool. He definitely doesn't beat Ermac. Noob Saibot, super cool. He's got a really stupid name. Yeah, I would be okay with putting him above.
I'm good with that.
Above Noob Saibot? All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. Jax.
I am not a big Jax guy.
I'm not a huge Jax guy, but he does have some really great redeeming qualities, including his gotcha move. Gotcha! Love that shit. However, all the rest of his moves are really kind of lame, and he's kind of lame.
Yeah. I've just never really liked him. I think I put him, looking where our list is, like, above Triborg, but maybe below Quan Chi.
Oh, I'd go lower.
Yeah, okay. I would
definitely go lower.
Okay.
No, I would definitely go lower. Like, I don't like him as much as I like Kentaro. He's not cooler than a dragon guy. However, I think he's cooler than Nightwolf until he gets the stupid fucking cyborg arms. Then he's dumb as hell.
I like him a little better with the cyborg arms, I think.
All right, so...
Yeah, no, right. Okay, right about there, yeah.
Better or worse than Nightwolf?
Oh, God. Better?
Yeah, because he's more fun to play.
His one fatality, and his one fatality,
ripping the arms off, yeah.
The ripping the arms off was cool, and then he grows into a giant and steps on you for some fucking reason.
Now we have Kitana.
Oh, Kitana's fucking high on the list.
She's one of the best. I adore Kitana. I love that character to death. She is so cool. I love her moveset. I loved her design, even when it was really simplistic in Mortal Kombat 2. Because the Blade Fans is such a great weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. I think she's not going to stay there, but I think on our list currently, I think she goes to the top.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
She's not going to stay there.
No, she's definitely not. But I'm looking at I'm like, is she better than Goro? Yeah, I think she kind of is.
Yeah.
And I like her better than these ninjas, not by a lot. Like, this is all close. These are all like, everybody up here is great. But I think she goes right to the top with this fucking blades. That fatality where she just slices you, just right. Chef kiss.
Yeah, good stuff.
But Kung Lao.
See, Kung Lao, I think I would put right below Kitana, but above Cabal.
Yeah.
I love Kung Lao.
Yeah, Kung Lao's great.
The blade hat, his fatalities are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He has stayed awesome throughout all of the games. He's so fucking cool.
I'm backwards on Kitana fatalities. Right? What was her... trying to remember what her other fatality was. Her one fatality was where she sliced your head off, then I really liked the other one.
Didn't it have something to do with the vibrating, like, she vibrated you and exploded or some shit? Alright,
so that slices your head off. And and she kisses you, and then you fucking explode.
Yeah, it was the kiss and the kiss of death.
Yeah,
I don't know. Kung Lao's got to fucking slice you in half, though.
Yeah, exactly. Kung Lao slices you in half. That's
pretty great.
I was going to say Kung Lao over Katana personally. Like,
I
love Katana, but she's got some weakness. Kung Lao he's got the fuck. I'm a sucker for a really awesome hat. Kung Lao's got a really awesome hat. I'm just like really the shopkeeper and the messenger.
No, sure.
Nice hat.
I'm with you. You fucked up the whole list, Chris. I'm looking at you. Change shit. God damn it. Okay, just leave it. We're going to put somebody down there in a second.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Everything's good.
All right. Melina. I don't know. She's neat, but I've never liked her anywhere nearly as much as Katana.
Me neither. I would put her... oh, God. Man. I'm reading the names, and she just keeps dropping. Fuck. Below Shao Kahn, but above Quan Chi. I don't like her better than Goro, Ermac, Baraka, Noob Saibot, Rain. Nope. She's not a fucking cowboy.
I don't like her better than Frost.
Oh, really? Okay.
Frost is fucking cool, man. Frost is...
Yeah?
She's a similar situation, except she's cooler than Melina. Like, I know Melina's got the whole, like, freaky mouth thing going on, but, like, I don't know. The size just never really worked for me. I hated the way that they were a charge move. But, like, you charge by holding the button? It was just dumb. I don't like her better than Frost.
All right. I'm not going to fight you on it. I think a lot of other people will. But I'm not going to fight you on it. I put her below Frost, but above Kotal Khan.
I don't know. I mean, is she better than Triborg? Where you wanted to put her above Quan Chi? Above Quan Chi, below Shao Kahn. That's where Let's split the difference and put her above Triborg. We'll split the difference. I think that's a fair
placement.
She has a lot of staying power. She's interesting. Shang Tsung.
I fucking love Shang Tsung.
God, me too. I love his original design, honestly. Like,
I love his design in 1 and 2. Yeah. 3, I didn't love.
It was actually, I think I liked 3 better than 2. 2 was the one where he just had the weird yellow suspenders. And then 3, he was like... Do you have a hat?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 Shang.
In 3, he's got the fucking ponytail and like the eye black on. I never liked that design.
Is that a hat? I always thought that was a headband.
No, I think
it's that is a hat. Right? That is a hat. Ew. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
He's such a cool villain.
I don't understand why he took the robe off and he's wearing these dumb fucking suspenders. Like, why? You could change into anything you want. Why are you wearing a yellow cummerbund?
You could be anything. You chose to be a cunt.
But outside of his silly-ass outfit, no, Shang Tsung is such a great villain. And I mean, like, the fact that they eventually made him the movie Mortal Kombat, and which one was that? Was that 11? Oh,
somewhere around there.
Yeah. So
definitely.
Good.
Your soul is mine.
No.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Your brother's soul is mine.
No. Oh, man. We should do a fucking...
be next.
We should do a watch-along with that fucking
God,
movie.
I love that movie.
So does he go above Goro? I think he does, right? Goes
I don't know.
Goro.
I think he goes right below Goro because, like,
okay,
he was awesome as he was. Fighting him in Mortal Kombat 1 in particular was like not anticlimactic, but it was like Goro. I was spent after Goro, and like his whole thing being able to morph in other characters, like, is kind of neat. then he has his fireballs. Now, I know he looked dumb as shit in Mortal Kombat 3. However, the fact that he could make the fireballs come out of the ground was such a cool move.
Yeah.
So, like,
that's fair.
He's really cool to play as sometimes as he evolved, but, like, took him a while to get there. Whereas Goro was just instantly awesome. You couldn't play as him until, like, what? Trilogy was technically the first time you could play as him, but only because they were like, all right, we've got to have everyone that you can play as. And they didn't really put much effort into being able to play as Goro, and you couldn't even do it in the N64 version, I don't think. Maybe he was in the N64 one. Kintaro wasn't.
And he's never been very fun to play.
He was never really designed to be playable until 4, and that wasn't very good. So
he is so iconic, though, and is such an interesting look. Yeah, all right, I'm good with that. Below Goro, above Ermac. I think
I like him more than Ermac? Overall as a character, you're right.
Yeah, I do. Your soul is mine.
Reptile.
That's so good.
All right, Reptile is so stupid, but he's so cool.
He's so fucking cool.
He's so cool.
Oh, man, I think he goes below Shang Tsung, but above Ermac.
Yeah,
or maybe below Ermac and above Baraka.
It's either above or below Ermac. It's right there. I don't know if I like him better or worse than Ermac, because Ermac's that move where Ermac has that mystique, but also so did Reptile, right? Reptile was the double flawless with fatality on the pit in the original arcade game. Like, he would just fucking show up and be like, "What's up, bitches? I'm out of here." And he was so cool. You fight him at the bottom of the pit. Like, he was such an interesting mystery character, but then his moves was just a cross between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which was fine because he was a little mystery character. But then they made him a character in Mortal Kombat 2 with the acid spit and that weird floaty ball thing that would launch you towards him and lick your head off and whatnot. But is that cooler than all of Ermac's weird psychic powers of slamming you into the ground until you explode in that one fatality move?
I see, and I think the thing that works against Reptile is that I've liked him less as he's become a reptile.
Right.
Like, as he's become a full-on fucking lizard, I like him way less than I did as a ninja.
As a ninja with reptile abilities, as he turns into more of an actual, exactly, because he's never going to be Lizard Man, because no one will be Lizard Man.
Lizard Man's the greatest character in the history of fighting games.
Just
I
in
think
the
that
history
goes
of
without
fiction, and history of fiction.
It's like Lizard Man and then Hamlet. Hamlet is right below.
Hamlet, Spider-Man, no, Lizard Man.
Lizard Man.
So, but then again, I feel like we have to ask, do we like Reptile more than Baraka?
I do.
Okay.
Just because of that original human appearance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do. All right,
so we're down to the absolute classics here, and I don't think we should start with the way you have this list organized here. I think we should start at the bottom and work our way up.
Yeah.
Because I do think those last two are really what it's going to come down to.
And I don't think that's a spoiler, at all.
All right, so Raiden, Lord Raiden, Christopher Lambert himself.
He's fucking great.
His enthusiasm is unbelievable.
I love his design.
Yeah.
I thought he was so fucking
that hat
cool.
is awesome. The teleportation. Man. Yeah, no, Raiden is such a great character.
He fucking rules. Yeah.
Is he better or worse than Kung Lao?
Oh, man. God, he's better. He is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I put him above. Personally, he's my number one right now.
Yeah.
Raiden is an awesome character.
Yeah.
Even as Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
But not as that guy who played him in Armageddon.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh, that was so bad. God, Mortal Kombat Armageddon was that movie really hurt me. It was a bad movie. All right, Kano.
I gotta put him below Katana, but above Cabal. The heart rip. Come on.
The heart rip is cool, but like his little cannonball move never worked for me as well as Blanca's, you know?
Yeah.
And like, is he cooler than a blind ninja Kenshi? Like, I don't know. Is he cooler than Goro?
I don't know. What do you think? I can be convinced. Talk me into it.
All right,
Talk me into it.
I'm not sure. See, my baseline for like starting with, if I'm gonna figure out where do I like Kano at, I'm looking down to like I'm in the Quan Chi area, right? So, do I like him better than Quan? Okay. Absolutely like him better than Quan Chi. Do I like Kano more than I like Shao Kahn? Like, I don't know.
I do.
Right?
I do.
Yeah, I think I do too. But I had to think about it, right?
Okay.
So now we've got Kano, Laser Eye. Is that better than all three of the cyborgs? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Not by a lot.
So.
Not by a lot. I think we're getting closer. Is he cooler than Aaron Black?
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay. I think he beats the second tier ninjas. Does he beat Baraka? This is where I think the real question is. I don't know that I like Kano better than Baraka. I don't think even the heart rip is cooler than that move where Baraka just gets down on one knee and scissors the fuck out of whoever's jumping at him. Like, I just.
Oh man, I do love scissoring. Scissoring is great.
The heart rip is great, but then think about Baraka's fatality where he picks you up and you slide down his knife arms. But
only right at the end. That little like whoop, little slide right there at the end. Yeah, all right. Above Noob Saibot, below Baraka.
Yeah, I just don't think he beats Baraka. He's a great character. He's wonderful. I mean, he's horrible, but that's kind of the point of him. Sonya Blade.
Man, I've never liked Sonya.
She was quite literally an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like,
do I like her more?
They tested the game. They said there should be a girl, and so they added Sonya.
Yeah, and you can tell.
You can the tell. Kiss of Death is effectively a stupider version of Scorpion's fatality. The leg grip thing is pretty cool, I guess.
That does become a fun fatality later in the games where she rips you apart with her legs.
Indeed.
And I am a thick thighs save lives kind of guy. So, but
the little pink ring projectile is kind of lame.
They never went as crazy with it as like Chun-Li, of like, all right, this chick can rip you apart with her legs, and they definitely shouldn't have. It would have looked absurd on Sonya.
Yeah, that's not her character.
I've just always thought she was kind of shitty. I've never really liked her.
Just not great. I did like her a lot more in Mortal Kombat 3. I think she had a much better look in MK3. She just seemed like more of a character in Mortal Kombat 3, whereas in Mortal Kombat 1 and in the background of 2, she was just like, she's just wearing a leotard. Like,
I did really like the actress who played her in the movie. Big fan of hers, Miss Sampras, also in Billy Madison. Big fan. Right? It's the same girl, right?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right.
She was hot. That's what I was getting at there, Chris. She was hot in the movie, and I appreciated.
I think the question is she better or worse than Jax?
I think that's she's better than Jax. I think she's better than Jax.
She's better than Jax.
Better than Jax.
Is she better than Onaga?
Oh man, no.
I agree. I think she's better than Jax, but not better than Onaga.
That feels crazy to put her that low.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't it?
I guess. A little.
That feels weird, but it's our list. Fuck it.
How about Johnny Cage?
Oh, man, he's got to be up near the top. I fucking love Johnny Cage. He's
that
such
shadow
a douche.
kick is awesome.
The shadow kick is awesome. The nut punch is awesome. The fucking uppercut your head off and then put sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Oh, see, Johnny Cage is fucking awesome. Then later on in the series, he gets Cage tattooed across, or Johnny tattooed across his chest in case he forgets.
Right.
Fucking
Kenshi.
rules.
We higher or lower than Kenshi?
Oh, man, higher. He's just got so much personality. He's such a dick.
Cabal?
Higher?
Katana?
I don't think he can go higher than Katana, though.
I agree. I was gonna. If you had said yes, then I was gonna put up a bit of an argument there. Yeah, I'll agree with Johnny Cage at 4.
He's just so fucking fun. You know, like
those
he's
are
just so
$500
fun.
Sunglasses, asshole.
And then like watching him like as you go throughout the series, like he's a dad now, like, but he's still out there kicking it. I don't know. He's fucking weird. I like him a lot.
All right, Liu Kang.
Oh. So
now,
Liu
if we
Kang,
were just basing this on Mortal Kombat 1 Liu Kang, I would put him
be way down the list.
Way down the list. He's lame as shit in the original one. But
then he turned into a dragon.
In Mortal Kombat 2, he turned into a dragon. He had high and low fireballs that were dragons. Like
he dropped an arcade cabinet on you.
Exactly. Mortal Kombat 2, Liu Kang was like everything that was missing from, like, they fixed that character in MK2.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's been pretty badass ever since.
Yeah. All right, so higher or lower than Johnny Cage?
I personally put Liu Kang below Katana, above Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I want to say he's below Johnny Cage, but I'm all right with that. Because he does turn into a fucking dragon.
He turns into a fucking dragon. Okay. I don't know where you land on this. I personally think Scorpion goes right to the top.
Yeah, I agree.
Where do you put Sub-Zero?
Right above Scorpion.
I knew this was going to happen.
Of course it was.
This is Mega Man 2
agreement
and
on
Mega Man,
everything.
This is Mega Man 2 and 3, right over again. I like Scorpion. I've always liked Scorpion better than Sub-Zero.
I like blue better than yellow.
I like blue better than yellow.
Is why I gravitated towards them at first. I thought originally that Sub-Zero's fatality was cooler. No pun intended. Because that was the fucking Sub-Zero's fatality got Mortal Kombat in front of Congress.
That it did. But I've never thought that was as cool as Scorpion taking his mask off and there being a fucking skull there and just setting you on fire.
That's very true.
And there has just never been anything cooler than Get Over Here to me. Like
that is that and the Toasty.
Yeah, Toasty's pretty funny, but like Toasty's not really Scorpion. Toasty's that Dan Toasty fella. Like,
yeah,
Scorpion. God damn! Like, even in the movie, like at least Scorpion didn't go out like a bitch in the movie.
That's very true.
They took Sub-Zero out with a bucket of water. That was so sad.
They really did.
Bastards.
Oh, God. I think this has to be a 1 and 1A. Because there's no agreement here.
Yeah, we're at an impasse.
I'm always going to think Sub-Zero is just a little bit cooler.
Sub-Zero has got such a great name. He looks
such
better.
A good name.
The blue and black is just a cooler thing.
It is.
And he's had so many fascinating moves over the years. Like, I think not having as much experience with modern Mortal Kombat games, I do think that modern Sub-Zero is cooler than modern Scorpion, but classic Scorpion's cooler than classic Sub-Zero. So I'm kind of with you in that they really do cancel each other out. Those are the two characters that are Mortal Kombat, even no matter how much they want Mortal Kombat to be Liu Kang and Raiden. It's Scorpion,
and Sub-Zero. Yeah, they are the iconic franchise-defining characters. They're Ken and Ryu.
Yeah,
they are the opposites of the same coin. You know, I think they have to enemies. That's right. That then become friends later on. Oh, it's fucking good. Scorpion did not get his own game, though. I will put that. Sub-Zero didn't get a good game.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He didn't get a good game, but he did get a game. So that's not nothing.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a point for or against him.
That's fair. It's fair. Yeah, no, they're tied. They have to be tied.
Get down here.
What? What? What are you doing? Stop it.
Welcome. Fucking love that movie so much.
I do too. It fucking sucks balls. It's such a bad movie.
Why is the spear alive? Who cares?
I don't know.
The sad look on his face when it dies, when it hits the tree, and Scorpion's like, "Aw, aw." It's fucking great.
It's the best. It's the best video game movie ever made.
I can't think of anything that tops it. It's so bad.
There isn't. It's just, and what's wild about that movie is that as we have discussed, I do not like watching bad movies on purpose. That is not my thing. When that movie came out, there was no telling me that was a bad movie. That was the best movie I had ever seen.
Well, I mean, I think it's easy to look at that. It was the best
movie.
It's easy to look at that movie and say that it's a bad movie because in a lot of ways it kind of is, but
it's
works. But so in that respect, it's not actually a bad movie. It's completely successful at what it is doing. It is doing camp incredibly well. Like there's not. It's not bad and it's not good because of these mistakes are funny. Like this shit was deliberate. They were pulling from things that they thought were entertaining, and they made a good movie. That plot is not Shakespeare, but it is entertaining. It is so completely entertaining from top to bottom. It's well acted. I know Tiff has problems with the Goro animatronic. She thought it was a puppet, and she thought she could swear she saw strings. Like, no, it's a fucking robot, and that shit's awesome. I thought
amazing.
I thought Goro was amazing looking in that movie. I thought his facial expressions were great.
Agreed entirely.
God damn, I do not think that's a bad movie. I think there are things about it that are hilarious and very specifically not quote unquote good. Like, it's not high art, but it is so successful at what it's trying to be. And because it took itself exactly seriously enough, just exactly seriously enough. No, Christopher Lambert should absolutely not have been Raiden. And why did you hire Christopher Lambert and not have him do any martial arts?
None.
I'm not saying he's the greatest martial artist of all time, but that's why you hire the guy. He's fucking Highlander. What are we doing here? He didn't do anything. Which is amazing.
It was something. It was a choice.
It was just such a bananas decision. Now, that movie's great. All right. That's our list.
Yeah.
I just tied them both at one. 78
how many
characters.
78 characters. Good God.
Well, we rated them all. Definitively.
We did. Do we want to do you want me to read it backwards to forwards? Do you want me to give the breakdown? Okay.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't remember who most of these characters are even now. Top 10. No, give us the top 20.
All right, top 20.
Top 25.
Starting at number 20.
Top 25.
Top 25.
Just because we can't skip over Shao Kahn.
Okay. Top 25. Frost. At 24, Triborg. At 23, Melina. At 22, only because of his leg rip fatality, Quan Chi. At 21, Shao Kahn, you weak, pathetic fool. At 20, Sector. 19, Cyrax. 18, Cyborg Smoke. 17, Aaron Black. 16, Rain. 15, Noob Saibot. 14, Kano. 13, Baraka. 12, Reptile. 11, Ermac. 10, Shang Tsung. 9, Goro. 8, Kenshi. 7, Cabal. 6, Johnny Cage. 5, Liu Kang. 4, Katana. 3, Kung Lao. 2, Raiden. And tied for the number 1 spot, Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
the
I
least
feel good about that.
Surprising placement of anything on this list.
I feel genuinely good about that. I'm not sure how much I even care about the rest of the list. I think we did an okay job, but God, there's a lot of trashy Mortal Kombat characters.
Oh man, there's it. So we have on our list. Where did it go? Stryker is number 47. There are 78 characters on this list. Stryker is only number 47.
We thought of at least 30 characters that were worse than Stryker.
31 worse characters. Shu Hao and Cobra and Kira, those bottom 3 are among the worst characters ever in fighting games. And I'm including shit like fucking Time Killers.
Mace the Dark Age.
Yeah. Shu Hao, Cobra, they would bring up the bottom in those games as well.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that went.
This was fun.
That was a blast. It went for a very long time.
It really did. Damn it, we needed content and we made content. How long do you think it's going to be? It really should have been. How long do you think it's going to be when we do the Street Fighter characters? That's going to be even worse. That's
going to have to be a lot of... We're 3.5 goddamn hours, Dan. This, I'm sure the final cut's going to be less than that, but it's time for bed.
But not by much.
That is our show. Join us next time for the 10, 20, 30, 40. The October 10, 20, 30, 40. We're already getting ready to record that shit. Bananas.
That's wild. Yeah,
it is.
That's crazy.
This month's going by way too quick. If you'd like to get no, wait, where's the start of this thing? There, we're on most social media. I totally lost my place.
Are we doing the 10, 20, 30, 40 next week?
Yeah, we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, which will go up on the 27th. We're recording on the 20th, so I'll go up 27th, and the start kit for PS4. We'll be doing the...
It's just throwing me off because there's 5 weeks in October this year. Anyway, all right, yeah.
We're on most social media platforms.
We'll do whatever you want.
If you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes. You'll see links to our social media accounts as well as all manner of other fun stuff like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon, also linked to in the show notes. It helps keep this show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ali. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making this show listenable for all you folks. We'd like to apologize to Evan for making this show 3.5 hours long. We'd like to thank you all for listening in the first place. That is it, everybody. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.